My best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt the glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. My best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend. Inside your self-righteous symphony, I would rather let this go than to bring it up again. But
Oh, hi. How you doing, nerds? Welcome back to Burly Fishing Podcast. We are live, and we have a wild Debo has appeared here, and he's gonna hang out with us tonight. Debo, how you doing, man?
What's up, dude? I'm not sure what happened. I left and then came back, and now my webcam looks freaky. There we go.
It's YouTube putting you on mute again, man.
Yeah,
All right, you guys. we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Obviously, the title of today's podcast is "What Now?" And you've heard a lot of chatter about this all over the interwebs and all over YouTube. Probably a lot of people that you follow have talked about it. So we're super late to the party, but it's only kind of just now impacted us. Debo, you did an episode on this essentially last week, right? It was
Last
like last
weekend.
Friday.
Yep.
Yeah. So I watched that. That was good. Spurred our topic. And then I messaged you and I was like, bro, you want to rehash all that stuff that you already talked about? Cool. Come on our show.
Now people are trying to figure out which would the real Burly please stand up.
I was about to say, it's like I should just delete my screen. And it's awkward, like that.
I've been saying that like, for episodes. I think since the beginning, delete your screen.
We were talking about doing a thing where we send Debo a picture of Jeff's background, and then Debo sends Jeff a picture of his background. Then you ghost him over, and then you guys dress like each other, and then it would be like no one would even know, and you could host each other's show.
What's up, Ned Rigners? Gee golly, today we're talking about this stuff.
You're such a
that's you. Dude, it's spot on you.
Wow. So welcome to the roast episode where I roast myself. It's going to be great. It's going to be a blast. I think we're going to have a lot of fun tonight, you guys. But we got some news for you as well. First of all, if you like the podcast, of course, like, subscribe, do all the things, ring the notification bell. And if you're listening to this on an audio version, 5-star reviews go a long way to help us out. So we appreciate you guys for doing those. Thanks to our members. We hope you guys are all liking the Ned Rig Nerds shirts. I sent Debo 2 of them because I want him to wear them multiple days a week. That was my plan. Like, I see, that's called marketing. Like, I'm just a strategist. I'm going to combat this whole YouTube thing. I got this. You guys, don't worry.
Just so you know, Debo, it was my call out that you get one. So I just want to be really clear. I know Jeff thinks he's a genius, but that was my idea.
Hey, I appreciate you looking out for me. I should have thought ahead and come in all Burly gear and tried to guess what the real Burly would have wore.
Every single time I see Debo in a Burly hat, like it hits me in like right in the soul. I'm just like, yes, this is incredible.
Like, what's up, Jeff? Or which one is that? What the hell? Oh, that's the fatter one. That's Debo.
True. Here we go again. We're just gonna do like an Instagram takeover one day, and I'll take over your channel, you take over mine, and nobody will even notice.
Nobody will even know.
We won't say anything about it. We'll wait like 45 days. We'll go back and be like, hey, did you guys see that?
Actually.
Did you guys notice? All right. So again, thanks to our members. We had a recent renewal from Fishing with Fitz. What's up, my friend? Thank you so much for resubbing at the Snorlax level. If you guys want to learn about memberships, click below, watch a video. You can consider joining. We do cool stuff for our members. And also, if you guys are, interested in holiday deals, I got a special deal for you. There's actually several deals. So Debo, I know you're actually doing one of these too. This right here for a holiday season. Are you?
I don't know nothing about that. However, if you tune into my stream this Saturday,
you might find out.
There could be a fun secret. Yeah, dude, I was blown away when MONSTERBASS reached out to me. And Paul was the only person looking out for me to get at one of the sweet puffy hats. I finally weaseled my way into a sweet MONSTERBASS puffy hat. So
puffy hat.
Yeah, I texted him.
Like the puffy MONSTERBASS logo?
I'll show
okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. He's grabbing it right now. Is it the camo one? Yeah. Yeah.
Dude.
This guy hooking up his boy. There we go.
I texted Rafi 2 separate times and I slacked him once. And I couldn't, I don't know why. I thought I had clout. I have 0 pull. So if anyone wants anything from MONSTERBASS, get your wallet out.
Tell me. Don't tell Paul. Tell me.
Seriously.
I got way more pull. All right, you guys. Here's the deal. There's going to be some special boxes. Debo might do one. Tune into his live on Saturday. You'll find out if that's true or not. Several other people from the MB team might also do that. But this is the Burly box. There's some stuff inside. I don't know. Should I show? Debo, are you going to show on Saturday?
I'm not going to show.
I'm considering.
I think we should show. We should show 3 things. Three things.
Three things.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you can guess. I'm gonna throw like my three best things. Right. Three things that I'm really excited about. Keep in mind, these are my top three. Get out of here. So Paul and I put this together on the road trip. It was actually really fun doing this. So it's I think it's 8 baits you're getting at basically 50% off. This is gonna drop November 29th. Let's consider this a Cyber Monday deal, you guys. There are only 200 boxes available, and I need you to help me beat Debo, who is currently on the show right now. That's right, calling him out. First one to sell 200 boxes. Hey, I'm putting myself in a corner. Homeboy's got like 20 times my pull, but I think this is like some fun competition between all the MB people. We all have basically 200 boxes. It's super limited supply, but you know, we want to sell them out. We want to have some fun. And you guys are going to get a sick deal on these, mine and Debo's alike. And don't buy anybody else's, just buy me and Debo's. I'm kidding. Buy everybody's. But I'll show you
everybody else. I just made one of those like thermometer things where you fill it up. That's right.
Dude, the goal, I just talked to Rafi today. The goal is basically to sell them out that day. The goal is basically Cyber Monday, 200 boxes gone. And I know y'all.
Isn't that what the kids say?
Y'all got us. Like, he said, finally caught my first Ned rig smallie today. Greg Whitaker, congrats, bro. I caught a giant crappie on one of the 1 ounce jerk baits you sent me, by the way. No way. Dude, we already sold one. What's up, dude? What's up, dude? That's awesome. Ramon Outdoors also, by the way, super chat, $2. What's up, boys? Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for the support. The super chats are on, you guys, if you want to support the show. All right, real quick, 3 baits. That's all you get. Here's basically the deal with this box. It's a stupid amount of high quality baits that you would buy anyways, so you might as well get it at a super discount. We get a kickback from that, by the way. It helps us out a lot at the show, so we appreciate you guys buying the boxes. And you know, you'll be stocked up at 50% off. Here you go. So this is in there. Z-Man Turd Cross. This is in there. Gosh dang Thunder Chicken. This is in there. Gosh dang EWGs. Come at me, bro. You got your Ned Rig EWGs from Monster Bass, which are good. The Sabertooth EWGs. You got the Finesse TRD Craws from Z-Man. And you get a Thunder Cricket. And that's only 3 of 8. And the rest are just as good as those. There you go. I'll show you the rest in a later video.
I'm so excited.
Don't tell Rafi I showed you.
I'm going to text Rafi, and the one thing I'll get from him is I'll make them put in the Lunker Hunt Spider into your box.
Basically,
I would pay Rafi $1,000.
If that ever happened, I would lead a marketing campaign against Monster Bass.
You would just put all of your money into Google Ads.
Yeah,
to
I would
market
sell everything I had to add against Monster Bass.
These MFers.
Basically, what I'll say is mine is the only box that has 9 lures. Everybody else has 8. So.
Oh, good play.
Wait, recount. I think it's 8. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you've got 8. Debo's the only one that gets 9.
5,
At the same price. Just
I like
saying.
it. I like it.
Look at I sneak in here, Paul. We got 8. Anyways,
I don't know. That's awesome.
You shouldn't have told us.
That is so good. Well
All
played.
Right, so there's the box, you guys. Debo's drops on the same day. If you want to pick up a bunch of tackle on Cyber Monday, this is a sick deal. I promise you. I wouldn't do a box, and Debo wouldn't do a box if it wasn't a sweet deal, and you know.
Or if you're getting a gift for somebody, because like I'm ready to go buy one for other people, because if I just want to get
no limit, until the 200 are gone.
Here you go, nerd.
Yep,
it's already packaged. It's already packaged.
You don't even have to wrap it. Just tape the end.
What do you want?
So just be a man. Tape the end. Don't wrap it. Throw it at the tree. Wherever it lands.
Be a man. Be a man.
That's where it goes. It's just like crooked in the middle of the tree. There you go. I got you a present. You're welcome. Anyways, let's get back to the show. I think that's all the notes that I have. So let's hit that Q with the D.
So the Q of the D actually came up. Sorry for everyone who was in the members only live on Tuesday, but we're going to do the same thing, except Jeff and I may or may not answer, but this one is for Debo. So what we did was we did our favorite things from 2021, which I know is a little early. Usually everyone likes to wait until December or whatever, but like our season in the Midwest is pretty close to about being done. I mean, the fish are going way deep. Everything is slowing down. And it's getting, if you're a kayak angler, I mean, you're getting to the point where like safety could be an issue depending on the day. So because it's that cold, like the air temps are cold, but also the water temps are cold. So anyways, I would like to know, Debo, during the year 2021, I would like to know what your, and this should be like a new thing that you either like discovered or started doing more in 2021, like a newish thing. Newest piece of gear that was your favorite. So that could be like a rod, a reel, a backpack, anything like that. Bait, and that could be like a soft plastic or a body bait, anything. Technique, something that you picked up, started doing more, and location. But we'll start with gear, piece of gear that was like your favorite.
I don't know if I have. Hold on. Show and tell.
Debo's show. If you guys watch Debo's live, it's always so show and telly. He puts his steps on his pedometer right now, like right now, 10,000 steps during every show.
Okay, hands down, favorite piece of gear this year: Diawazillion SV TWG. Ridiculous reel. Now it is more expensive. Like it's not. I use stuff all over the spectrum, right? I use anything from $50 reels, which is a reel I'm going to be doing a review on, the Max X. Amazing budget reel. All the way up to other stuff, but for whatever reason, this one like fits my hand. It's like the first time I casted it, it was just like it felt weird. Like it felt really effortless, and it's just one that has fit me perfect. Like I'm kind of a Daiwa guy. Like they fit my hands perfectly. So yeah, the Zillion SV TW has been for sure my favorite piece of gear this year without question. Rod?
That wouldn't have come in until what, August?
No, I got my hands on a couple early. I don't remember when that was for sure, but I actually had it like March.
Oh wow!
So I used them this spring.
Wow.
Sweet reel.
Now is that a $300 reel or $350?
It's like $350. Yeah, so it's definitely not a budget reel. One that I was actually surprised by was the TFO Elite Bass, I think it's called.
Tactical Elite?
Yeah, Tactical Elite. There we go.
Yeah.
There's been a number of rods I've used. I mean, there's been so much awesome gear this year that I've tested out, but that one I really like because it's all stainless steel guides and everything, so you don't have to worry about like the zirconia or SICK guides or whatever. When you get a reel, it's got your line guides, and then inside there's going to be another piece inside that lines that guide, right? These are all stainless steel, and from a bank fishing perspective specifically, if you have your rods laying up against something and they fall down, I've chipped I don't know how many guides, and that pretty much ruins a rod. Paul, you were far more brave than myself fixing a line guide.
He did that.
Oh yeah, that was a rod. So that was this rod, and it was brand new 6 cents. This is actually the 6 cents Team Team 6 Custom. So a $200 rod. By the way, a video is coming out on this. I think, Jeff, is this one Monday or Friday of next week?
You haven't sent me that one yet. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to be done with it this weekend, so that one's probably going to be going up next. Full video. So that one's going to be coming out. But I did the first guide, the very first one. So one of the ones that is like 2 feet, was just they didn't epoxy all the way up the foot, and so I think in transit or just getting jostled, it broke the epoxy and it popped off. I'm gonna be honest, that was like I spent probably 10 minutes just staring at it, being like, do I go through the warranty process, like which I have done before and I despise, or do I
think you done warranty? That's a factory defect. Like they would have
immediate send back, get a new one. You know,
send back.
I took pictures of it. I have the video of me actually fixing it. So like I wouldn't hesitate if it if I didn't feel like I could, because I can just do it over again in like half an hour. I could do it 5 times and no damage to the rod at all if I'm even remotely careful. So like, to be honest, after doing it the first time, like I could do this a dozen times. It's really not that hard. And I'm gonna do another layer of epoxy just so that it like matches visually. I actually think it looks really good. Like for the first time that I've ever done it, I'm actually pretty impressed with my own work. And I would actually, if someone brought me a rod that was expensive and they were like, "Can you do this again?" I'm like, just go buy some Fuji guides, send it my way, and I'll do it in an hour. I've done
tips. I've done a bunch of tips, like the Fuji guide tips.
Yes, but
you say it's easy, but the first one I ever tried to do, I burnt the tip and like melted it, and I had to cut it off, and it became like 2 inches.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
God
You'd think I'm like smarter than that, but
I would, and if I ever do it, I'll probably do another one. And I actually have like a 1950s Zebco baitcaster that I would like to redo all of the guides on and put like really high-end guides on them.
The pistol grip?
Yes, it is, and it's amazing. Yes. And I have a 1950s knuckle buster. It's actually the first muskie I ever caught was on that rod. And I would like to really redo all of the guides on that rod using this technique because I did it a different way when I did it when I first got the rod. I actually would recommend that everyone does it once. It's very inexpensive. It's like $10, and that's not like $10 fix. Like it's legitimately for $10 you could go do this because you have virtually everything, and epoxy is a 5-minute epoxy is $6, like for JB Weld. So it's like. I really think everyone should try and go do it, even just to appreciate what goes in the process. I did it while watching TV. Like I didn't even. It was a very low. I mean, yes, it was like I felt nervous doing it on an expensive rod, but now after having done it, I would do it a dozen times over.
I would have sent that back immediately.
Yeah, same.
I'd be like,
I'm also. You're talking to the person who was like, I finished out my own basement, like just because. I mean, that's just my personality is very much like I appreciate I just want to learn how to do things, and I'm okay with like screwing up a bunch of time. Like I figured out how to do all the electrical in my house in like an afternoon, and I've never done electrical before, and I would go into someone else's house and be like, I could tell you pretty much what to do and feel pretty confident. And that's like I don't know, that's just how my brain works. I'd rather do it myself.
I don't want to learn anything new.
I like learning things new, but when it's new out of the box like that, I'm sending it back. I'm not gonna.
100%.
If it's my
I can't blame anyone.
If it's my stupid fault, I'll do it.
That I would consider. I'm with you there.
Yeah, one thing you don't have to worry about in those TFOs, you don't have to worry about the inner guides chipping. I know yours wasn't a chipping deal. Also, the Kistler KLX was probably one of my favorite rods. A little bit more expensive rod, but like do anything if you're going to spend a little bit more money. Super cool folks. I had a chance to talk to them. Really nice people over there. Also, the Okuma Guide Select that I don't hear anybody talk about. Awesome crankbait rod. Love it.
That's my favorite. It's one of my favorite rods. Yeah, the Guide Select series is, oh my god, it's chef's kiss.
It is very Ferrari.
It's one of my favorite rods of all time.
It is pretty freaking sweet. I will say that my favorite gear was actually the KVD CC3 crankbait / bladed jig rod. It is
really
for the money because it's $100, and to me that is like, I mean that's kind of baseline to me for like a solid rod. Yeah. And I thought it was way better than that, and I've caught a lot of fish on that rod, and now it has become like I gravitate towards that rod constantly, and I have the tournament MP, the Lose tournament MP on it. That is a very value conscious setup that I think is just rock, and I mean like rock solid. Like I grab that thing all the time, and I run it with fluoro only. It's freaking fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, mine was also Lose, but it was the tournament MP with the Speed Stick Custom rod, which is the most expensive rod that I now own. I'm with you. I only spend like $100. No, yeah, it's a 150. Like it's not insane, but I do not, or have not yet. We'll say that, have not yet spent a ton of money on like rods. That's probably the most expensive rod I have. It is a phenomenal rod, especially for $150. I love that. And that is my chatterbait spinnerbait setup, which I've been using every single trip I go out right now, like a ton. So I feel like it's my favorite given that I used it that much. Yeah.
So what about the next one? Baits is number 2.
Baits, I'm trying to think. I didn't really venture out. I did finally catch my first swimbait fish, 7-inch swimbait, and it was a Debo Custom, which made it even more sweet. That's going to be a whole video coming soon. Yeah, I literally about fell out of the boat when it happened. And my buddy Brando, who is the mastermind behind my bait website, he was in his jump boat and he called it before. He's like, dude, you're gonna catch one. You're gonna fall. You're gonna be so excited. It literally almost happened. But that video will be coming soon, dude. It was because I made a bet if I didn't catch a swimbait fish or glide bait fish before the end of the year, I was giving all my swimbait stuff away.
No.
Yeah. So luckily I did it.
I love it.
The 11th hour. Holy smokes! Was it a Debo Dink or what was it?
No, it was 2.5 pounder. So just over 2.5, almost 3 pounder. So
awesome.
Nice.
I'll take it.
That's a fun
Not
catch,
huge by
too.
swimbait standards, yeah, but I
No,
liked
but
it.
by Midwest standards,
That proves like anything
dude,
eats
that's
the standard.
legit.
Yeah, everything eats the standard.
So that was fun, but probably my favorite has been the Z-Man cross-eyes chatterbait. As far as like a bank fishing chatterbait,
Really?
far and above, like, dude, game changer. I've fished that on wood, over wood. By far, I lose chatterbaits more than anything else, and that one has.
Me too.
Yeah. So, Devo, you know your sort of like claim to fame of seawood, pitch to wood.
Yep, pine wood, pitch to wood.
Yep, you get it. The Jeff and I made up a character while we were fishing.
No.
His name is Giuseppe, and you know what he says?
What?
You know what he says when he stumbles across
wood?
Find wood, snag on wood.
No good. He's
wood
like
is no good.
Anti-good idea guy. So like all
He's
the things that
basically
you're
the
supposed to do,
anti-Debo.
he does the opposite of what you're supposed to do.
So,
we had to like leave the water one day, so we just started going a bit loopy, and we do this all the time. We've made up multiple characters on the water.
There's a guy who's
started
invented
saying, like,
everything.
what's the opposite of true? Wood? No good. All right. And still the undefeated Burly Hype Man _ aka McLovin. He's on our members only live. He had a McLovin poster in the background of his like office / son's room. Appreciate the super chat, my friend, for $5. You're awesome. Debo fell into 3 Curado Bantams, currently upgraded thanks to your vids. So awesome for big glides and really anything. Snorlax forever. 100%. That's awesome, man.
Bring
3
those oldies back
Curado
to life.
Bantams. Dang. All right. So baits for us, we answered for our members on the members only live. But for me, it was Donkey Tail Jr. It was, and the reason is from mule fishing.
Debo, have you received any of those? Have you got? Okay,
yep.
good.
I sent him some customs. He sent me some back, and I had a couple good days with bites on them. I didn't get any actual catches though. So
I'm gonna tell you right now.
That was one day of fishing them. I know I need to put
it's operator error. No offense. I know you're a phenomenal fisherman.
I am not a super finesse angler though.
Those things are an unbelievable cheat code.
It took a minute to figure it out, but once we figured it out, we have them dialed. So like I can take them anywhere on any body of water basically and catch some fish. Yes, a lot of them are dinks, but I've caught some real nice fish on that.
Debo, I broke.
That wasn't on the DT Junior though. That was on the GT.
It was on the Donkey Tail, but on the Donkey Tail original, the larger one.
Yeah,
I broke my small EPB 3 times in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that wasn't on the New York trip to the St. Lawrence. That was just on St. Clair.
Yeah,
like ridiculous. So yeah, Donkey Tail's one of our favorite baits for this year for sure. DT Junior though caught me probably 250 fish this year. Like easily. That's probably an understatement. Probably more than that. Because dude, I mean, we caught like 50
we probably caught
60
each
like,
one
per
day.
River trip. Like we just go out there and it's just like boom, boom. I caught like 60 crappie with Ethan, online outdoorsman, you guys, over on a lake in Grand Rapids. Like we just went out and I just kept we just plugged crappie on that thing. There's a lot of ways to fish it, but ultralight gear and the DT Junior on the mule fishing 1/32 ounce jig was the jam. It was the magic touch all year this year. So, Paul?
Mine's the Z Bait Co. Bamboo Bomber, and it's really not close. I don't know, Debo, have you ever used any of the Z Bait Co. stuff?
Z Bait, is that the
green letter Z?
I've seen their stuff, but I have not used it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nope, I've seen it, but I haven't used. I think maybe I have one pack, but.
I'm gonna send you the Bamboo Bomber. I'm here to tell you, it is
like
really
a Buddha something. I think is the only thing of theirs that I've used. I want to say
that might be the Battletail. I have to go back and look. Oh, and they made like a craw. Their stuff smells. No, the Z Baitco stuff.
Dude, it smells horrible.
Yeah,
that stuff is rank. Like
it's awesome.
Smells so crazy.
Rants. I remember getting a pack years ago and be like, oh, and then open up like a year later to get the last one and be like, it's still nasty. But no, Z Baitco, the Bamboo Bomber, it is the cheat code, man. It is a great bait. I just on a shaky head, which is my technique. So that goes on the next one. For me, I have been employing the shaky head non-stop since maybe a couple months ago. God dang. I mean, It's full. I did a full restock, like 1/8 ounce up to a 1/2 ounce on shaky heads, and now I consider it to be like a go-to. So
100%.
Serious, I'll let you share yours, Burly.
All right. So my technique was ultralight on the members only live. I kind of want to do something different from members only live. I'll say like, so ultralight, absolutely. Like ultralight fishing was something we dove into this year. It just changed my world, like totally different. It made me appreciate a lot of things in different areas of fishing that I'd never dabbled in before, and like different spots that I wouldn't normally fish. And panfish and crappie. I caught more crappie this year than any year in my life. So I'd say ultralight fishing for sure. But if I was to throw like something different from the members only live, this is gonna sound weird because it's very recent to me, but I'm really digging the Carolina rig. The Carolina rig. So we knocked them dead on the St. Lawrence. Yeah, I've never fished it. Never fished it until this.
I have been trying to
Paul's been pushing it on me forever.
Subtly pushing it.
I bought the pre-rigs from 6 cents, and I was like, I'm gonna use these, and I had never touched it. And I only tied it on the St. Lawrence trip. I also consequently lost it the last day, last minute on the St. Lawrence trip. But I bought a bunch more. That was the first time I really fished the Carolina, was on the St. Lawrence with our guide. He was only doing that, and I fished it heavy. Like it was huge current, but we were fishing 1 ounce. So 1 ounce Carolina is like all I threw for 2 days straight, full days of fishing. And I threw it again on my lake and caught a pike on it. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. So like I'm dialing it in and I'm excited about it. And I know it's like super old school and like everybody's grandpa fished Carolina, and like I get it that it's weird. That's why I said it's gonna be weird. Yeah. It's weird that I'm now fishing that, but I mean, let's face it, like it's not like a hot technique that everybody's talking about right now. It's an old technique. Everybody knows it catches fish, and I mean now I believe in it, right? So my belief in it like really came up in the last couple of weeks, and I'm pumped about that. So I just ordered a whole bunch of new pre-rigs from 6 cents, and I'm gonna fish it a lot. Especially, I mean, it's kind of perfect right now with how slow it is. Just cast it out there, and I just sit.
This spring, so this spring I'm gonna make Jeff use a 1/8 to a 1/4 around docks all spring, and it's just gonna be amazing.
That's a Mojo rig, dude. Split shot rig.
Cannot wait.
Phil finesse, and it's the exact same thing, dude. Exact same thing as a Carolina rig.
I'm gonna try a lot of different stuff next year. That'll come up in this show. But all right, so Debo, what was your technique for this year? The new technique for you?
Dude, I honestly didn't have a new technique. The beginning of the year started out amazing. Spinnerbait fish, I was catching them on, which all-time favorite besides frog, like spinnerbaits.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, all I can think about is that cross-eyes chatterbait I feel like was a game changer. And I did get some of these new missile baits mini D chunks.
Ooh.
I saw the photo you just posted.
Yeah,
those are ones. Sick. Holy crap.
I was throwing some of those on.
I was lost on the photo.
Didn't catch anything. I got like 8 snags, but that, and then if you trim like the, that's one of the cross-eyes
chatter, yeah.
If you trim that, like looks perfect on there, and it's flat. So like I think it was 10 Horse Monty that shared that. Like if you're having trouble losing fish on a chatterbait, try using a trailer that's flat. And this is 100% flat if you look at it from the bottom. 100% flat, so it helps it come over stuff. Plus, it's got those 2 pretty stiff wire weed guards.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that I don't really honestly have a new technique. The beginning of the year was amazing, and then kind of petered out toward the second and third of the year. Caught some trout.
It was I saw that. It was a very challenging for Jeff and I. Was almost the reverse. The first, Jeff, month and a half of the season, like through April.
Yeah.
Off.
Oh, we struggled hard. We had a really bad initial
outings where it was like, am I gonna catch a fish? Like,
we struggled. There was days where one of us would like goose egg for the day. Like we'd get skunked, and the other one would catch like a fish and be like na 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 na. Like so, but like one of us was always mad for the first through May I would say. Like one of us was pissed.
The second or third week of April, I caught a 2.5 pound smallmouth in the river, and that was one of 5 fish I caught the whole day. I lost 4 or 5. and those were my only opportunities for a whole day of fishing in a river, which normally for me is like a guaranteed like gonna have a decent day. Dude, it was like destiny that I caught that one fish. I mean, it was brutal. We went to the same stretch a month later, knocked him dead, just knocked him out. Once May hit, it was like, now we're fishing. It was tough beginning of the year.
It was really rough. I see a lot of good call outs here in chat. Looks like you guys are trying some new stuff too. That's awesome.
Someone called out the twig. The one thing I'm called about Z Bait Co. They make a very small worm. It came in a Monster Bass box, which is how I found out about them. It's a 4-inch finesse worm. It's very soft. It's a guaranteed fish catcher. I mean, I'm telling you, you're gonna catch fish.
You're going down.
You're going to. It doesn't matter what fish that is. It is going to shred that bait. Do not.
That's the trade-off, dude. Like that's the big controversy. You know, people rip on Guggen baits,
action durability.
Yamamoto. Yeah, I mean, if you get more salt in a bait, and that's something I've kind of come to know making some of my own stuff lately. Is if you don't put any salt in anything, it's pretty durable, right? You start putting salt and additives in there, they rip easier, but they have a different action. You know, a sinking action. So it's like it's kind of a give and take.
But that's what the donkey tail is such like an anomaly for us because it's a small bait. But it's that Elastec type material. I used the same one for legitimately a month, caught hundreds, and I'm not exaggerating, hundreds of fish, most of them small, but hundreds of fish on one. And I paid $4 for that bag, or $5 for that bag, and that has great action. That's why it's that bait is such an anomaly to me. What I was going to say about the Z-Bait twig, do not let that deter you from getting some of their other baits. That the rest of them are just not like that one.
Yeah, that's the one that was in Monster Bass a bunch.
And it's great. So I have 4 bags of it. It's a finesse murderer. It will catch fish. But the bamboo bomber is the one that like I was worried that it was going to get shredded just like that one. And I used one for like 2 or 3 days straight of fishing. Yeah, no problem.
I watched you catch multiple smallies on it. Yeah, 100%.
So, what about location? Great. Should we hit location?
Yeah, let's knock it out. So new location?
Yeah,
I mean technically, yeah.
Like a new location, new place that you fished that you were like, yes, this is it, or one that you hated. But I would like to hear your favorite.
I didn't really have any new spots that were. Yeah, I mean, I work. I have kids. I don't really get to travel. COVID and family members going through cancer and stuff. Like I just honestly was kind of a hermit this year.
Is that normal for you, or is that like semi-normal?
Yeah,
for
I'm
you,
pretty normal. Yeah, I'm a hermit. Yeah,
I like
pretty
hermit. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, nothing too exciting for me. I mean, I had good days. There was another day where I caught. Last year, we caught probably 50 fish by the time it was 11 o'clock, and I got off the water. We went to the same spot this year, which is where I caught my Clyde bait fish and caught probably 50 jerkbait fish, almost the same time of year. So
that's
you got like a honey hole, but you know like what time to go,
what time of year at that place. Yeah,
that's the way to dial it in, man. So ours from the members only was the St. Lawrence, of course, because that was just when you get a chance to visit a legendary body of water, especially on like a reservation that you can't normally get onto unless you know the right people. Like that was insane. It was kind of a once in a lifetime trip. So I'd say that for sure. My other one was my home lake. So I very much like you, Debo, kind of want to be a hermit. And whenever I'm like, I got to make a fishing video. You want to know how far I drive? 2 minutes down the street to the launch. I'm like, yeah, that's a stretch. It's like a minute and a half down the street to the launch. And I'm like, let's do this. Because there are a ton of fish on there. This lake stocks pretty big bass. I caught my PB largemouth on there.
And it was skinny. It was there's another pound and a half. There's another pound and a half to be had on that fish. I guaranteed. That was amazing.
Yeah. Also, Paul called this out on our members only live. Like, I like you, Debo. I'm a tall dude. I'm a pretty broad dude. When I hold like a 5-pound fish, it ain't looking like a 5-pound fish. So
it's not. People have to take that into like because you'll see people like trying to cover up their fingers and you just barely see the tip. They're trying to hold it out and like like me and Randy, we're both 6'1". Randy's bigger than I am. You know, he holds. Like, there's a picture of him holding a 4-pounder. I'll bring it up here real quick.
Was it this week that he posted that? Because I remember seeing that and being like,
maybe. I don't know.
It's just giant.
I know exactly. I know one picture of that. It was this. I think it was this week or last week.
So this was a skinny 4-pounder that he held up.
Yeah.
It's like a 4-pounder.
It's like
he's like 6'1", 290. I mean, he's a big cat.
Yeah.
You know? So it looks small with him. You know, you have a 10-year-old holding that up, it looks like a giant. So that's something you have to take into consideration. Like, I don't know, whatever. Yeah. Obviously, I don't care if they're big or not. You see me share. Debo Dink has become.
I love it. It's like my favorite.
Yeah, dude,
I'm just waiting for my shirt. Where's my Debo Dink shirt?
I need to get shirts. I know. So I went on the YouTube thing. When you go down the YouTube hole. So here's the deal: is I don't have.
Can we do it for you? Can we do it for you?
If I can assign you guys to do my YouTube and design all the stuff and put on there. So like I don't remember. I was looking in YouTube the other day, and you can do like
a couple companies, but they're terrible.
Yeah, there's 2 companies. I don't even know.
Teespring is one of them.
It was the other one is what I was going to use because like when it comes into time, I don't have time. I finally got my bait website up, and you know people put the order in. And people have blown me away. If anybody's listening that bought me a bait, thank you so freaking much. Because I get the order, I print it out on my computer, and I can get them out. Before, when I was like trying to do that through Instagram, it was horrible, dude. Absolutely horrible.
So Paul drew this. He'd be happy to sketch you a drawing, get your approval, and then get it professionally done up.
I've already got designs. The problem is managing it. I don't want to take the time to ship. Put stuff together. Like I've already got enough of that. I can't.
Well, you just got to do like one big order. Yeah,
we'll talk afterwards. But anyway, I don't remember what we're talking about.
Well, because I want the shirt. So this is again, as always, selfish for me.
We're gonna come back to it. All right. So
what else do we have?
Quick,
your guys' show.
We're moving to the show now. So that was just the Q of the D. FYI, guys. Welcome 36 minutes in. Cheers to Greg Whitaker for the super chat for $5. You're fantastic, man. Debo, I take back what I said about Ohio. I forgot. I commented on your last video for the shirt and baits. LOL. Chardeuse Nation. What a sign.
That was supposed to go to us. He was probably watching your video, thought it was Jeff.
Wow. I've had that happen before. Been like, "Where's Paul? How come Paul didn't come on here?" And I'm like, "I can't believe this is still happening. We've had lives about this." I'm like, "LOL, I'm not Burly. I'm like, I'm fatter and not as in shape, but he's a good-looking fellow."
Life is a construct. Time is a construct. We're all in the Matrix. Moving on. I digest. Let's go back to the actual show meet. Did you know there was show meet today, you guys? We said, "What now?" That's our title. There's a lot of stuff going around in the YouTube world right now. Debo, you did an episode on this a week ago. We just talked about that. And the deal is, as you guys very well know, fishing seasonal. Even though like the southern folks can still be fishing, and like Georgia Bassmaster was on our show, and he's like, January, best fishing month of my life. But largely, the audiences that view, say, fishing content are viewing it very seasonally. And like Debo, you've noticed we talked about some numbers before the show. You guys, by the way, we're not here to like whine and stuff. We're not going to do that. We're just going to be kind of transparent with what's going on in the fishing content world and what maybe you could expect from our channels. And like, we'd love to bounce some ideas through chat. And ultimately, we love creating content. We love fishing. We're going to keep doing that. Some things are changing. We're just figuring out the season, as it were. But what you guys might have noticed, if you're following other YouTubers, content creators on Instagram, TikTok, whatever your platform of choice is, right? You probably noticed they talked about views or subscribership, right? And these are metrics that we go by when we're creating content for a channel. You got to keep in mind, like, a lot of energy and effort and strategy and learning and experience and all this stuff goes into what we're doing. Like, yes, what we're doing is something that we get to do, and we try not to forget that. And it's something that we very much enjoy doing, and fishing is very much a passion for all of us involved. We love doing it. But at the end of the day, you're putting work in, and that effort goes towards an end product. And let's say that end product tanks, right? Essentially what happens is a bit of frustration, right? We're happy to have done it. We're happy to have put it out there. But when you put a lot of effort into a long trip, like we drove 11 hours, one direction, so 22 hours total to New York to create fishing videos, yes, it was a legendary body of water. It was a once in a lifetime trip, and I'll never forget that. And I learned a ton, and I had a blast, and I met amazing people, and I made amazing friends. So it's a profit for me, but it costs a lot of money to go there, a lot of time, effort, energy, time away from family was the hardest part by far, you guys. That's the roughest part for all of us on this podcast today is like we all have families. So that makes it very hard. But to go there, film 2 videos with amazing other creators and tag them and do all these things, come back and have it like basically do worse than all of your other videos you've ever made is kind of just like a big old kick in the pants, right? So all we're saying is like that's the base topic here, right? Fishing is seasonal. Winter views seem to be tanking. I think, Debo, we talked before the show, like last 6 weeks or so, like 6 weeks ago, it kind of started really doing this thing. And you noticed it with like subscribership with views. We definitely did too. So at this point, you know, it's like, okay, do you just keep banging your head against the wall for the rest of the fishing season? Do you try to jump into a very tight niche market of ice fishing, which, as you know and we know, is like super hard to crack into now and get any views on because people are like, I'll just watch uncut angling. Yeah, there's people that crush it.
So that's my thing is like, it might be falling off for me, but like there's a way to get into it. And like, even though it sucks, like we kind of talked about beforehand, even if I didn't do YouTube stuff, I'd still fish. So I might as well fish and like keep making videos, even if like videos have dropped. Like part of that's not me. Part of that is, you know, we talked beforehand, 60-40, 60% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. 40% are subscribed. And out of that 40%, I would say, I don't know, 15, 20% are diehards. I could make a video of me peeling a potato and they would watch it and say, Debo, I love you. And that's awesome. That's freaking awesome. I
expect that video now, by the way.
I just might. I might do a catch and cook and 10-second B-roll of
potato.
Me. Yeah, doing a catch and cook potato video. But you know, there's those awesome people out there that will always support you no matter what. So I think it's a matter of, like you said, it's a very small niche market. Like I think I said it the last time I was on your show. I'm guilty of watching ASMR videos at night to go to sleep. There's this dude that shines shoes. I love it. It's like I used to watch Bob Ross for the longest time. Like you hear, you know, the painting on the, you know, and like
I was trying to give you the sound.
Yep.
Go to sleep, Debo.
Yeah, I will literally just close my eyes, put that on, and watch Bob Ross because he talks
That's
so
awesome.
quiet. And there's this dude that shines shoes, doesn't even talk, and like does all this stuff, and like I go to sleep to it. And that's a far broader market. Even as like as stupid as that sounds, everybody sleeps. It doesn't matter who you are. Period. Everybody has to sleep, and everybody needs help sleeping. You know, at some point in time. Not everybody fishes, so you've already automatically cut your viewing audience.
Yep.
And not everybody bass fishes, so you've automatically cut your audience. You have to kind of take it with a grain of salt. Like what we do is not the broadest, it's not the biggest. You know, it's not cooking. Everybody eats. We could do cooking stuff, and I'm sure we could grow our channels more. You know, one, it's seasonal, and two, it's a very niche market. So my thing is, it sucks. Views have gone down even for me. Like I don't know. You know, part of it's YouTube, part of it can be the algorithm. But part of me is like it almost lights a fire under me more because like I see other people out there excelling and still getting views.
Yeah.
So it's like what am I not doing? And I said at my last live, if I've kind of got complacent, which I have, like over 2020 and this last year, there's been a bunch of stuff in my life that I've kind of got complacent. You know, I would hurry up and get a video out there, and it might not be the best. I don't have B-roll. So sometimes being honest with ourselves, could we add more B-roll? Could we add other things? And I've tried to do that more recently. I don't know. That was my soapbox. I don't even know where I was going with that, but I think there is a way. Like
I think that's a great point. And before we segue, I want to hit these two guys that hit us up in chat here. So real quick shout outs, Rock on Bassin. Finally, I got on a live, and it's a bonus 2 for 1. My favorite YouTubers. # no work tonight. So thank you so much for the super chat for $19.99. You're awesome, man. And then Rocka Blades coming in, member for 5 months on the Snorlax crew. Fantastic. And I appreciate all the videos you three put out, and I promise you have a guaranteed view. Thank you. That honestly, that means a lot. I giggled a little bit, but that honestly means a lot to me. For each vid that you put out on YouTube, I will also be starting a podcast from number 1 again next week. Whoa, RIP to your eardrums, my friend. But we really, really appreciate the support. If you can listen to us nerds talk about anything, like, dude, That's amazing. And that was one of the points that I did definitely want to put out there. And I feel like, you know, we did a members only podcast. We got like really transparent on this thing and like really talked about deep diving into what we're dealing with in our own lives right now and like what makes some of this stuff challenging. And like I said, we're not going to whine on today's episode, but I will say like every single view is definitely appreciated. And even especially right now, it feels like, to Devo's point, like we're earning. Like that's straight up just
whining. Yeah, I think that's the tough part about social media and entitlement. Like everybody feels entitled. Sure. If I put something out there, I'm entitled to X number of views. Or you're not entitled to anything.
Exactly. And you're earning. You're fighting for them, man.
You're growing your channel because just like me, just like Jeff, Paul, everybody that you watch, everybody's got demons that they're fighting. Everybody's got stuff that they're dealing with in real life. And whether you want to recognize that or not, you know, you see these other fishing channels of new trophy, amazing day, but like they're fighting stuff, whether they want to admit it or not. They're fighting things, and it's not always, you know, cherries and roses out there. You know, you always see like the best of the best, but I'm pretty transparent about it. You are. Some channels aren't. Some channels always catch a PB, and it's always their most amazing day, and it's like it's such a fluffy BS like video. Like I just get sick of it. You know, there's more channels, and that's fine. Like it's not my deal. Like I'm not gonna lie and say every time you go out you're gonna catch a new PB. You know, that's not what fishing is. And I'm not dogging on those guys. It's just, you know, there's fishing entertainment, which is different from like real fishing, which is different from like fishing how-tos. Like there's different sectors. And I would never dog on anybody else that has a job, whether you're a janitor, I don't care what you're doing. If you're working for a living, I will never dog on you. But there's some things that I just don't agree with. Even though it sounds weird, I'm not going to dog on those people. I don't necessarily agree with it, you know? So I guess the biggest message is whatever you see on Instagram and YouTube and everything isn't always reality. There's other stuff that goes behind it. For every one good fishing video, I might have 2 times I skunked out or only caught 2 fish and I can't make a video, you know? So it's not always sunshine and rainbows.
No, 100%. Like
I would actually say the reverse. I think the reverse is more often true than not. But
Of one thing that wait. So you're saying?
So you're saying like
they have 2 good days to 1 bad day?
No, everything sunshine and rainbows or whatever. I would say that it's like guaranteed not to be. I mean, it's guaranteed that it's not.
People don't believe everything you see on social media. Is what we're saying.
I would especially not believe it. Like
I will tell you, especially right now. I will just say, like right now, 2020, 21. To me, I've been a part of social media for a long time. Like a long time. I haven't been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for 2 years. But I've been on social media working with business owners for the past, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years, something like that. Long time. And I'll say like it seems to have just exploded the past 2 years since the pandemic, just where I see so much fakeness on social media, and maybe that's like me standing on my soapbox right now, but like you guys go scroll through TikTok for 5 seconds. Like tell me if you think like that relationship's real, that person, you know, is wearing real diamonds. Like that's the funniest thing from TikTok is these guys wearing like all these crazy gaudy fake diamonds and just like touching a fake diamond tester to it and saying that's real diamond because it goes off. And it's not. It's stuff you can buy on Amazon for like 10 cents. At any rate, there's a lot of fake stuff going on right now. There are fake gurus out there. There are people who are claiming this diet and that diet is like real and it actually works, and it definitely doesn't. So, you know, minor subplot here, like just don't believe everything you see on social media. But we try to be, and I know you do, Devo, we try to be as authentic as we possibly can be. And I feel like we share a lot of like how we feel and what's going on our lives, on our members only lives, like things like that. So just, again, minor subplot. I'll step off my soapbox now. I'll see myself out.
TikTok is, and that's how I got here. Am I getting in? That's how I got here.
You gonna let me in or what?
One question I have. So a lot of folks who are doing what we do what we do, call it seasonality. They're like, well, winter, it's not as good. And I scratch my head at that a little bit.
Like, why?
It's true, but why? Like, do you stop watching? Like, do you
stop watching it?
Like, people still watch fishing videos. Like, if someone's fishing, like, you're still watching. It's not like just because you're not. I mean, the only thing that I could correlate it to is the how-tos. Like, because maybe you're not fishing. You're not looking for like, how do I use a Carolina? Like, that video is not going to do well because maybe more people are not fishing at that time. But why
unboxings? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Buy,
like, I wonder
buy a lot during the winter.
I want,
like, why would unboxings do bad?
I'm not fishing. YouTube's delete from my phone.
YouTube's delete.
That's not. I kind of. Does that make sense? You see what I'm saying? Like, do you?
That's weird, right?
I think I think it is a change. I think for some reason this year has hit harder than even last year when I had less subscribers. Yeah. I didn't feel as much of a fall off. Like, it is going to fall off because you've got hunters, you've got other people doing, maybe they're into video games, maybe who knows what they're into, but you might not be out fishing and like doing the thing, seasonal things, like kind of the fly by night people that just, are kind of watching whatever is out there, right? You've got the diehards, like I said, the 15-20% that you're peeling potato that watch you do whatever it is, like they love you. And I love those people. But like I said before, it's a 60-40 rule. 60% of the people that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed, haven't even hit the subscribe button, right? So I think you're getting into a different sector of people that aren't necessarily into fishing as much. And even especially like for us, like when we're ice fishing, that's even smaller. So I think it's going to happen. I feel like there's more behind the scenes, and I feel like there's more behind the name of the video and the thumbnail than before. Yes. Because I had, like, before this year, I would say I was posting like bank fishing with X lure, and like people loved it. Doing the same thing like toward the end of this year, like it was completely falling off. Like, now again, maybe it's me getting complacent. I don't know, but I feel like there's definitely a difference now, and I don't know if it all started. So my buddy Randizzle on the show, who's essentially Paul on my show, he's a jerk. He combats everything that I say. He's totally a Paul.
Terrible human being.
Yeah, we need to get him on the next one. I was thinking of that, like, as I was making tea for the show. I was like, why in the heck?
Why don't we do a Paul and Randizzle show, and then you and I do a show?
Randizzle needs to be on the next one. He can completely give the opposite side of what I would do.
25 out of 10.
Yeah, but we talk about that a lot. Of it's a small market, and we're getting even smaller when it goes into winter. So I feel like we look into it a lot, but I think we almost have to look at ourselves and say, what else can we be doing better? Because with so much that we're doing, we get complacent. And I feel like a broken record. I said it before, but it's kind of the same thing. Like, I think YouTube is evolving. I think YouTube channels, especially in fishing, are evolving. And, there's more that people want to see. So I think it's probably time to kind of change some stuff up and go.
I'm with the change up is the next thing I want to talk about. So with that in mind, like you brought up titles and thumbnails, 100%. So like Paul said earlier, the content is more retention. It's more like you click the video, then you're like, oh, this isn't BS. Oh, these people, I kind of like them. Like, I think I'll watch. And then you click another video, and then you click it, and then you subscribe, blah, 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 right? That's the process that we want to follow. But it all starts with the inception of that is clicking that video in the first place. So I definitely agree. And I think that YouTube is doing some tweaking on the back end, because honestly, I'm afraid to post a picture of holding a fish.
Yeah, like, just since crap.
Exactly, because since what came out with the hunting and trapping part side of YouTube, right? Like holding a fish essentially falls into that. And I feel like YouTube penalizes that, because like case in point, one of the coolest fishing pictures that I ever got to take with Paul was us holding 4 giant smallmouth. Like that was like, you get into fishing, you see the guys, and they do the tournament, and they're holding like 4 fish, and you're like, oh my God, I want to do that one day. We got to do that twice. And I was like super proud of this picture. I posted it as a thumbnail. I was like, this is going to do great. And then it just went, like nothing happened.
It was such a cool picture too.
It was an amazing picture.
I'm not ashamed to say that my picture was rad as hell. But no, I mean, like, it was awesome. And I'm like, I look at that picture, I'm like, you could put anybody else's face on that, and I'd be like, dude, that guy caught some big fish. I should probably watch this.
Exactly. But I don't think it's that. I think that it got the views from the people that it was meant to be served to in YouTube, which I think you brought this up on your live, Debo, was like, YouTube's just not serving that to the mass audience. And like you said, you're 60-40, which by the way is fantastic. I think you know that. Like 40% subscribe, 60% unsubscribe. And we get this on our Instagram analytics too.
40, 70, 30. Like that's being generous, but anywhere from 30 to 40% are subscribed, which is crazy. Like
that's really good. That's really good. Yeah. So, but that unsubscribed market is what I'm saying. That is where the massive views are that we've lost, you guys. Like that's what we're basically talking about. Is YouTube's not saying, hey, watch this anymore.
I have a theory.
I will hear your theory. Our theory.
As a person who runs TikTok constantly, not for entertainment, I do it for
work purposes.
It does a lot it does a decent amount for our channel, and it has been really good for my Instagram, and that's part of the reason why I've done it. It's like a whole other slice of the content pie that we're in that like not a lot of people are in. It's easy for me to do, and it fits my personality. I find it to be fun to make the content. I do not like consuming the content, but I have to consume the content in order to participate like on the same level with everybody else, right? So I have a dedicated amount of time where I'm like, okay, I'm going to spend 1 hour tonight, and I'm going to go find some sounds, and that's what's going to be the basis for what I make next week. While I'm doing that, I am a progressive, white, how old am I? 34-year-old male.
You're 35, and you never know how old you are.
34, 35. I have a family, right? So I'm a father. I don't know. It's something like that.
I'm a father. You guys, I'm collecting short
my
videos.
wife said I'm 34. She confirmed. I had it right.
The last episode we talked about your age, you said you were 35. So
I was wrong. That happens all the time.
Call homeboy out here. Like, what?
My wife's laughing at me. It's constant.
29. Look I don't have any sort of wrinkles. I'm 29. That's what I remember.
Debo just winked at you guys 4 times.
Right, so I am in that box. And when I first got TikTok, they tried to put me in a very specific box. I got like a very specific type of content, and it was all very political. It was all basically porn, and it was all I'm serious, and I was like.
If you guys don't know, TikTok is like 90%.
No, okay, but it's
politics. How do you get on this? What is this?
Politics.
This is my
Oh, you would just log in, Debo. You'd be there.
And so this is my theory is
I don't even touch the TikTok.
That's where they wanted to put me, right? That was the content they started showing me, and I had to like work, like I had to put effort into like getting into like the fishing corner of things, getting into the comedy corner of things. Like I had to try to do that. Then I got there, and you know what's happened in the past couple of months? It's creeping way. All that crap that I don't want to see is coming. I get way more like porn creators making like content. I'm not even exaggerating. There are porn stars that are making content on TikTok.
It's true.
It's a ton of it.
This is widestream. This is broad scale TikTok.
This is mass scale. This is not just my account.
If you guys get on TikTok, this is what you're gonna see. Like I'm not kidding you.
I don't touch the talk.
And then after the elections, the political stuff kind of went away. But like because there are more elections happening now, it is it's 10 times what it was 3 months ago. There's so much more. So here's my theory, right? Shorts are now on YouTube, and they are consuming like what a whole. This is awesome. Shorts are consuming like are more prevalent on Instagram and YouTube. My theory is all of that content from TikTok has migrated over into YouTube and has migrated into Instagram, and it is very likely that people are watching that over fishing, and the fishing. Amount of time that people are spending watching fishing stuff is actually getting pulled away by shorts. So it may not be that you actually have less people looking at your video. They're just watching something completely different.
And we're gonna hit that here in a second too, because that was kind of the what now, the whole point of this episode that I want to get into. But real quick, Fish Daddy 401, Burly, is your beard fake like Debo's? Debo, is there an inside joke that your beard is fake?
There's not an inside joke. It was I think I either talked about it on my live or no, it's completely real. I actually even shaved my head. So one of my close family members, it's grown out for a few weeks, but I was completely shaved everything because my family member shaved their head with cancer. I've had people tell me I suck at fishing, I suck at lure painting, I suck at life. End it. Funny enough, and I posted it on Instagram. I'm like,
I saw that. Yeah.
I smile at the haters, and one of the funny things, I want to actually have a Debo roast where the people that I love roast me, because one of the funniest comments I ever got was, "Who the hell would listen to this guy? This dude has a fake beard." And this one was when I had like a larger beard, you know?
Like you just wore a wire over your ear?
Yeah, like I just had a fake beard doing fishing stuff. Like if you have a beard, you obviously know fishing. So
oh my god,
it's like Randy always gives me crap about that. Randy was always like, dude, he's like, who would listen to you? You got a fake beard. So
well, I mean,
Fish Daddy's a good supporter.
We know your beard is real. My beard
Actually,
is as fake as Debo's beard. Yeah.
Oh,
Fish Dad right here.
Dude. The trout pattern there.
A custom trout, soft plastic swim bait. Dude makes awesome stuff. He's a good dude. And he's a huge proponent of small bait makers. And this is him and his wife do these.
That tail is sick.
Like, dude, the picture doesn't even do it justice, but they put like, they'll do like a skin pour on it and then do like coloring with highlights and powders and stuff. And it totally makes it look 3D. So he's a good dude, good supporter of my channel. He's a good guy. He's a good dude.
Yeah, that bait is insane. So Fish Daddy 401, dude, nice work on that bait. That's fantastic. Hit me up, bro. I want to buy some of those. Also, yes, my beard is very real, and Paul's beard and glasses. He wore glasses on our members only live. You guys totally missed this. He wore glasses almost the same as these on our members only live.
They're like those, like my wife wears.
They're like blue light,
blue light, like they're plastic. I don't know, but I got a hold of them and I just wore them for the live. It was hilarious.
And Chaz wore an Oktoberfest hat the entire time. So appreciate the super chat though, Fish Daddy 401, fantastic. I definitely want to check out your baits. That's awesome. Okay, so what now, right? So you guys, we're heading into winter season. We've established seasonality, right? So we're dealing with maybe the change on YouTube. I'll tell you just like our perspective, then I want to hear what you're thinking, Debo, too. There's basically the keep doing what you're doing.
You're doing that. I've had to pee since before, so do your deal.
You do it, man. You go for it. I'll fill everybody in. So
just for doing that, I'm going to grab a lure, one of my customs, and it's going to be a giveaway. Are you guys doing a giveaway or no?
Oh yeah, we are actually. Great.
Okay, I'll throw in one of mine. I'll send it to you because I know I've got some other stuff to send you, brother. So. Done deal,
man. Thank you. So yeah, Debo brings up a great point, you guys. We're doing a Monster Bass giveaway at the end of the show for $25. Monster Bass sponsors this podcast as always. They're fantastic. They send us on fishing trips. They take care of us. They're great peoples. And don't forget that this little box is going to be coming towards the end of the month. It's going to be sweet. But $25 gift card will be going away at the end of the episode. We are going to do a slow rolling thunder round that is different questions this episode. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that. Stay on. $25 gift card to the website coming soon. So you can put that towards, that's basically pays for this box. This box will be $29.99. I don't know if I mentioned that. So you basically spend $4.99. You get this box, whoever wins this card. So just hang on to it. It doesn't expire before the time this box drops. All right. So here's the deal. Essentially, you have options. Option A, keep doing what you're doing. Deal with the low views. Deal with the low subscribership. Forget about it. Definition
and hope that things change in your favor just later.
Hope to change. Sure, whatever, right? Option B, we'll say. Or if I'm doing like the Home Alone, option 1, option B, we'll just keep changing formats.
And 3, D.
So, like, the next option is you do something different. You shake things up. You try to do something new that people haven't seen. You vary the content. Maybe not drastically, right? Like, we still want to be, the way Paul and I have been talking about this is like, what is relatively fishing? What is like as distant as possible, yet clinging on by just a hair to fishing, right? There's maybe that. And then there's maybe just like what Rudd did, switch to a different channel for the lives, because Fishing the Southeast brought this up. Like, YouTube is making changes as they relate to lives, which could be good or bad for your channel. We don't know. So you add another channel, or you just do something completely different, right? Totally off topic. So when Debo gets back, like, I want to hear his perspective on this. But Paul, what are some of our thoughts that we've been bouncing off each other kind of heading into this season?
Yeah, so for heading into this season, one thing is, and this is sort of like, this is a little bit of a departure from what you were talking about, like actually backing off the content in order to buy time in our daily lives to ultimately give us more time to do this. So Jeff is starting.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
Yeah, Jeff is starting up a new business. With the success of that business, that would actually end up freeing up a ton of time to where Jeff can fish more. Jeff would basically go from 3 jobs to 2 jobs. A massive, and I can't understate this enough. This is honestly one of the biggest things because if you talk to enough content creators, what you're trying to do is buy more time to create more content, because the more time that you can spend towards it, you can make more, better, more often, and you can make more money doing it, which is like a step in the right direction of becoming a larger content creator, which is what I think a lot of people would like to do. So that's one thing I want to call it, is like going from 3 days a week to 2 days a week posting during the winter when we're already experiencing sort of a down period. Gives us more time to strategize, but ultimately gives Jeff some time to potentially, when we come back in the spring, when things are more on fire and more people are watching fishing content, we can come back a lot harder, because by that time, hopefully we've got actually more time to create content. So that's one thing. And a big deal.
Let me hit that real quick. So just so you guys know, I posted about this on the YouTube community forums yesterday. We're not going to do Wednesday uploads for a period of time.
I might do TikTok, or I might do it short or whatever.
We might switch it to shorts is the point, right? So we're still posting like the same amount of content. We've always been posting like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, full videos, Tuesday, Thursday, shorts, Thursday live, and then potentially other stuff randomly. So we've been posting a lot, right? Just keep that in mind. We're backing off just the Wednesdays. We're definitely not quitting by any means ever, but what we're doing is, like Paul said, buying ourselves some time. If essentially, like, I work like 4 jobs and I'm like all self-employed too. So it's all like subcontracting or my businesses. And I'm being pulled in way too many different directions. Paul's been experiencing some crazy at-home like daycare problems and other stuff. So like we can't even like get into any of it. But basically, suffice to say, the guy's basically a corpse. Like that's the joke we make all the time. He does all his video editing from like midnight to 2 a.m. whatever. Like he's cramming it in wherever he can. So like between the two of us, we're splitting this channel. Yeah, it's really hard to get this stuff done. So we're creating breathing room with Wednesdays. That's our plan, our strategy, at least for the winter. And I'm giving myself literally just the winter to figure this out so that we can go back to 3 times a week and like get back on track and like figure things out and do bigger, better, awesome things. And like Paul said, I started a new business. If you guys want to go like and subscribe to Burly Sales, go check it out. That's right. It's in the family. It's all in the name, but it's a sales consulting organization. So it requires my time personally because it's about me coaching people. So I need that time, and I'm investing into advertising and all sorts of stuff. So I'm just figuring that out. That's brand new to me, hoping to blow it up. If you guys own businesses or you do anything in sales, come check me out. I'd be happy to help. So if I can get that down, I can quit like another main job. I can like condense, consolidate, and then set up like specific fishing days, multiple days a week, which to Debo's point earlier was like, not every trip you go out and bang them out. Not every trip you go out and the idea you had for content works. Oftentimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't, what do? Do you scrap together a crappy video, or do you call it a day and try again another day? And that's sort of where we're at with this. So if we're able to buy ourselves some time, I can fix some things, get to this point, and like we can do that, then that allows us to come back like full steam ahead in spring. So that's just where we're at, right? Just to throw the 2 cents out there. But
that's the biggest short-term change. But when we were driving, 24 hours essentially with each other a couple of weeks ago, or 22 hours, whatever, 24 hours probably is what it ended up being. We were talking about what we can do that's a little bit different than what we've been doing on the channel. And some of that is like a couple of smaller, shorter series. One thing that we talked about was, Jeff and I, we consider ourselves aggressively average, right? Like I love to fish. I like to fish. I'm not a professional. There's a whole, like, shaky head is new to me. I just haven't gotten into it, hadn't gotten into it until this year. And that kind of lit a fire where it was like, I need to do that more often. I need to put down everything else and get better at X, whatever you want to call it. It could be spoons, swim baits, you name it, right? And that isn't actually, to me, that's something that I would actually go watch. Like that's something like how to fish a swim bait is something that you could go and YouTube, right? Do I want to watch a professional? Yes, that's awesome. Is there an opportunity to say, do I want to watch an amateur or somebody who I consider to be a good fisherman go, and do something that's outside of their comfort zone? I'll tell you right now, Jeff and I can make that entertaining. I would enjoy doing it. And those 2 things alone tell me that that's a good idea. If I'm going to enjoy doing it and I think there's a learning opportunity, like I'm all in. So that was one of the things we talked about, was saying like, I'm going to go ahead and leave everything else at home, and we're going to focus on X for maybe 1 or 2 videos, and then you can kind of follow the journey, right? So that was like one of the things we talked about. Another one that I thought sounds heckin' fun. Pick a road in Michigan or wherever, but likely Michigan. Pick a road, and the deal is you have to fish every single body of water that you're allowed to fish on that road. So if you're going to drive for an hour in one direction, you're going to fish every single body of water, ditch or Great Lake, on that road that you can legally fish.
Private, yeah, exactly. Not just private. We're not going to just trespass or do any of that nonsense. Don't expect that from us when I say different content. But if it's a legal body of water, yeah, we're going to hit that. That I thought was awesome. Fun. That I thought was really fun because it would like take a while, and you'd have to have a timer on each spot. But like that's kind of a different challenge because here's like the baseline, and like Debo, you can chime in on this for sure. But we don't want to devolve into just absurd content like jackassery. Like that just doesn't feel right for us. So we still want to like keep it fresh, there needs to be like an element of help or growth for somebody who watches it in our mind, for it to be entertaining but educational. Edutaining. That's where we want to be.
I have to like it though.
Yeah, we have to feel that's the other thing is if nobody knew Debo's fishing and you got onto YouTube completely blind, you've never heard of any of us. What are you going to get onto YouTube if you're into fishing for? Probably how to help with certain things. And I know my channel did a lot better when I did how-tos or like certain bait breakdowns or even just rigging stuff, knots, like stuff that this last year I completely didn't even touch. I didn't even touch how-tos. Taking a camera with me like on a tripod out and like explaining how to cast, bait caster breakdowns. And I noticed a big drop in that stuff, right? It was a lot of just fishing, like really centralized things like, hey, if you love Debo, like you'll love this. And I got away from a lot of the stuff that would have people that are not subscribed or people that don't even know me bringing them to my channel. So I want to do more of that next year. Like, you know, one of my biggest ones is like 6 beginner fishing mistakes. Literally just talking about, hey, if you're just getting into fishing or how to use a bait caster, like just kind of square one stuff that, you know, you think of 2020, 2021, how many new anglers jumped into it, which is awesome. It sucks for making fishing videos because when I go to my normal spots, they're completely flooded. But on the opposite side, it's cool because there's just random people just like me out catching fish, right?
Yeah. No, so 100%.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I use YouTube like the Matrix. That's what I'm going to say.
Exactly.
It's 100%.
Mike Vogel brought up a good point too. He says, I do think that sometimes creators feel the need to catch multiple fish on an outing for it to be a quality video, when in reality he's saying he would watch a 20-minute video with one catch as long as they describe sort of the process that they're going through, which falls back on like their how-to. Peeling a potato. Here's the process I'm going through. I got my vegetable peeler. I am slicing off the skin currently. Then I'm going to dice it. I'm going to toss it into this bin. Nice. Dude, that's sick.
I'm giving away this chandelier.
It's like a fire tiger,
by the way.
The chandelier.
It's like
the whole thing goes.
It's
but you have to fish it this
Mega
way.
Bass. No, you don't. It's a Mega Bass 110 clone, chrome blank with a couple that I actually just had from another video with the chunks, the new mini chunks on it. So anyway, I'm throwing that into your when I do your giveaway. I'll throw that in for you guys.
Oh yeah, man, I appreciate that. So you know, like we said at the end of the day of the show, you guys, we're gonna do a giveaway. You get a $25 MonsterBass.com gift card, and then we're also gonna send you that. That's right, one winner. Grand prize going out at the end of the episode, so hang tight. So Devo, we're starting to dive into, look at that chandelier, gosh dang, it looks way better than that Amazon Alabama rig I was throwing around. That thing
looks way better than my fake beard.
Also that fake beard, if you could just pop that, like the wires over your ears off, that'd be great. I just want to see. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like the Scooby-Doo episodes where like it wasn't a mask and you're like, what? And they're just pulling in their cheeks.
Yeah, and the guy screams.
The guy's like, ah! Exactly. All right. So, Devo, before you hopped off to the rest area there, we were talking about potentially like doing maybe something different. Like basically, what are your options going into an extremely slow season where you see an insane decline in views and subscribership, and you're like, hey, keep doing the same thing and deal with it until it goes back up. B, try something slightly different, maybe off the beaten path, yet slightly related to fishing. Or C, do something completely different. Maybe start a new channel for your lives. Maybe don't start a new channel, but just do totally different content. Like, are you in any of those buckets, or you have a different bucket, an option
A and
D?
B. Yeah, option D. So
Okay.
Debo's plan is I'm not going to make a new channel. I don't have enough time to devote to a new channel and growing.
That's what I think too.
Marketing,
Yeah.
to hell with that. If you
Nope.
want to watch my stuff, great. It's going to be on Debo's Fishing. If it hurts my channel, then so be it. But I really feel like there's other people succeeding at this time of year doing the same things that I'm doing, and I have to crack into that. And I think a lot of people want to whine and say it's not fair. Why aren't I getting the? And I'm completely guilty of this. Why aren't I getting the views? My videos are just as good as this person, and it's the same as. There's something off. There's something. Either it's the title, it's the thumbnail, or it's the actual content. And some of it is like there's other channels that catch way bigger fish than me, and I don't feel like that's the normal, but they consistently do it. So there's something that they're doing better than me. You know, maybe they have private waters, maybe whatever it is that they don't want to divulge. I would never hold that against a person, because if I had if I had,
can't fix it.
Exactly, if I had her actual real beard and wasn't translucent, then everything would be amazing, right?
What the heck?
And that was only a joke because last time you called yourself translucent because of your viewers. So
he is translucent. That's not a joke. That's reality.
I think we all know that this is real. It's just you can't
listen. The thing is, I think we all know that when you were a child and you went to like the book fair and you had the option to pick out the anatomy like figure that was see-through and had all the veins and the arteries, and you were like, oh, red and blue, that's pretty cool. And then that was Paul. Like, that is the reality.
So my thing is, like, if you watch a lot of the big channels, there's channels that have twice as many subs as me that are still struggling. They get less views than me on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain videos that those channels make that do really good, and other kind of like random fishing videos that tank, that do worse than my channel. So like, to me, there's a way to tap into that. And I guess it kind of drives me to do more. Like, I've always kind of been a perfectionist. And that's why I've kind of slacked off. Like, this year, I've done very little on gear reviews. And that used to be a huge part of my channel. Like, anything new that came out, I would do a review on it. It would get awesome views. Completely, like, turned away from that. So I want to get into more gear review stuff. Like, things that people are going to be looking at over the winter. Like, if you can't fish, like, okay, what am I going to buy for next year? What lures? What gear? What rods? Reels? Now's the time to think of it. So more of that stuff. Like, I think a lot of it just kind of falls on us. I think we get complacent and we try to fit videos in where we can, and it may not be the best for our viewers, you know? So, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. I feel like there's a way to tap into it. We just have to figure out how.
Yeah, I think that is a great point. So it's not quite like just beating your head against the wall or definition of insanity, keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. It's understanding that potentially YouTube is changing, but then committing for the sake of like the viewers to figure it out, right? Because like a lot of you guys followed either of us or subscribed to either of us for a specific reason. It's something that we've done in the past. And like, I'm with you. Like, I definitely feel complacent. I think for me and Paul, like this year being as insane as it's been, like we definitely fell off from a peak growth level in December, January, coming from last year to this year, where we were like, oh, just keep doing the same thing. You know, it's going to be fine. It's just going to grow this way forever. And then just now feels like that gut punch of, guess what? Nope. And yeah, we need to do our due diligence and figure it out. That's why we're making the change to the upload schedule that we're making, so we can have the time to figure that out. Because yeah, we're committed to that. I think, you know, we're on the same page with you there for sure. Also, Dad's in chat say hi to Dad, and he's saying that he owes me a drop shot. Yes, he does. Yeah, the last time we went fishing, bank fishing, I let him use like my Mock Crush spinning reel, and he put a 1/2 ounce drop shot, tungsten, by the way, in a tree 400 feet in the air. So, you know, there it is, gone forever.
We also have from Mac Flanagan.
Super chat. Yes, thank you, Mac Flanagan, for the super chat for $10. Thank you so much for the support, man. And this or that coming in hot.
I like this, actually.
See, I saw this on your episode too, so I was
just going to say, Mac Flanagan is the king of this or that. I would bet money it's going to be a this or that. He's a good cat.
So we interrupt this amazing conversation we're having for this or that episode. So let's hit it. So this or that, Ned rig or wacky?
For me, hands down, wacky caught the most fish without even questioning this year. Wacky. I could go anywhere and throw a wacky and catch fish this year.
And the opposite for me. Yeah.
It's Ned rig's been spotty.
So Ned rig has been spot on for us here. So I'm going to say Ned rig. And I think, Paul, you said the same, right?
Yep.
All right. Drop shot or shaky head? I know this is going to be harder for Paul.
I'm going shaky head.
Ooh.
And that Debo? Is, I'll be honest, that is a tough one for me.
That is. I knew it was going to be tough for you. Debo, drop shot or shaky?
Not even a question. I don't even want to touch a drop shot if I don't have to. I will throw anything besides a drop shot if I can get away with it.
Whoa. All right, you guys.
I'll throw a tennis shoe on 65-pound braid and catch a bass before I will drop shot. Just because I hate breaking off and taking like 35 minutes to tie a new one.
Oh, I mean, that's fair, but
why would you exaggerate?
Yeah, I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit. I'm in the minority here. I would say drop shot. That's my go-to there. Fair enough.
Both catch fish. I think it's all for on sure. what you like. Like 3 or 4 years ago, I would fight anybody that said you can't catch a fish on a drop shot here or on a shaky head here. But like this year, didn't really even throw a drop shaky head. Messed with the drop shot last year, it's like it goes in waves. Yeah. So
I was in that boat too. I was completely against, much like anything you guys hear me say. Basically, Paul is in the background who's like, "Hey, throw a drop shot, throw a Carolina rig," and I'm like, "Shut up, nerd!" And then I don't do it, and then eventually, like for some reason, I try it, and I'm like, "Hey, have you?"
What a great idea I've had alone.
Paul, have you heard of the drop shot rig? This is pretty sweet. This is how. This is hands down how it goes. We're gonna hit that, Mark. I'll save your this or that for a second. So yeah, for me, drop shot has been a confidence bait this entire year. I feel amazing about it. I love my drop shot. I'll throw it all the time. Shaky head, I like, but it's not as much of a confidence bait, and it has become so for Paul. So I kind of want it to be for me. Naturally, if he figures it out 2 years later, after he tells me to do it 1,000 times, I'll do it, and I'll say it was my idea the whole time. All right, Texas or Carolina?
This is
Texas rig, without question. Bank fisherman's best friend is the Texas rig.
Yeah,
I will fight anybody that tells me different.
Jeff, how many Texas rigs have you thrown this year?
None. Not
one.
Not
Zero.
One. Not once.
Zero. And I'm not.
Hold on, what's your address? I think. Do you know why though? I'll drive up there actually this weekend to slap you in the face. Yeah, I might need a new producer for the Debo bot.
I'll be honest. Like, I have not needed to. Like, maybe I could have, but I haven't needed to. Like, everything else has worked. However, I would still pick Texas over Carolina simply for like from the standpoint of setting it up. Now, if you had like a pre-rig,
however, what would Giuseppe throw? Did he find wood, pitch to wood? No, because he was scared of it. So if you had a Texas rig, Giuseppe wouldn't be a scared to find wood, pitch to wood.
Giuseppe isn't scared of it. The character Giuseppe doesn't want you to catch fish.
He's a fishing guide, and he doesn't want you to. He's so bad at fishing, he's automatically giving you the wrong advice.
No. He would come from the standpoint where he would basically like through line a Guggenbait's Bandito bug with no hook. Like just through line to a split ring, and he'd be like, "Throw this over there in open water," and be like, "You're good. That's the spot." Wood, no good. Like that is the character Giuseppe. So no, he doesn't want you on any fish. Again, like I'm not against the Texas rig at all. I just haven't like the scenario hasn't popped up, but it's definitely better for me than Carolina.
My answer is Texas rig. I just knew that Jeff was going to have a similar answer to the question of how many times have you thrown it this year, and the answer is 0. And I can tell you,
I wouldn't lie to you guys.
Yeah. So the last one, finesse jig or finesse swim bait?
I'm going to go swim bait. If it means what I think it means, which is like a super light swim jig head with a little tiny paddle tail. Basically a donkey tail. Like
I was about to say, that has been a bait that I've probably like casted
if it's that,
probably easily. 2,000 times this year.
Easily that. Debo?
Yeah, as many times as I've got beat by Randizzle on a finesse jig, it's for sure, without hands down, going to be a finesse jig. This War Eagle heavy finesse jig, this dude has absolute crushed my face with this thing in places that you don't think you should catch fish. That dude has opened me 2 finesse jigs. Like, as far as a swim jig and like flipping and pitching a jig around like wood, fine wood, pitch to wood, like kind of the same broken record that I've done.
Yeah.
But that guy will take a finesse jig around anywhere and be like, dude, I'll catch a fish. I'm like, no, you're not.
Legit.
That's like the guy that swims a Ned rig. The guy that swims a Ned rig and goes and jacks one, when the fluke master says you can do it, you're like, dang it.
That's how a Ned rig was meant to be fished, though.
Yes.
The Ned rig was meant to be casted and popped and swam back, not just like fished like a shaky head. So
that's how I fish it. Last one is for you specifically, Debo, from Mark Terrio. Spider or drop shot?
Mark, if I
You're fired.
If I could grapple you and power bomb you, I would. Neither. I would rather throw a drop shot. That's how much I hate the spider. That's how much I hate the spider. I would rather throw a drop shot, one in each arm, drop shot and double. The spider's dumb. I don't know how. If you guys come down here, I will hold you to a. I don't know. We'll do a bet. But anyway, the drop shot does catch fish for sure. I just hate tying it up and throwing it. Drop shot's a great bait. The spider is not. I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm going to post I have a photo that I've been meaning to post of like all the dumb crap that I have. And I'm going to be like, pick the only one that catches fish. And the spider's going to be in there. And that's going to be my answer. It is.
It's the Lunker Hunt lipless for you.
I'll tell you right now,
Lunker Hunt Impact lipless.
Flipping bait. But the Lunker Hunt is, and we've talked about this on the show, they have a lot of my least favorite baits. Like my list of least favorite baits, they've got a lot of them.
See, and that's I don't mean crazy thing. Yeah, like the Lunker Hunt with the stupid like legs, dumb as hell. If you rip the legs off and put like actual legs like spinnerbait skirts on, awesome. The plastic is awesome. The hooks are good. I don't like those stupid legs. I know there are people like them, but
it's insanely stupid. It is dumb. They don't make
the frogs, the Yappa Roach series, the one that's like basically not. It's a nothing topwater. Like
it's horrific.
The link is I like to wrap myself up topwater walker.
What's the? Did they make the dragonfly?
The dragonfly.
That's the worst bait.
Makes it actually like. Let me see.
There's a few like I actually
think it's either a 10 or a -2. There's nothing in between.
Exactly. There is no in between. We got a Lunker Hunt box through MonsterBass last year in July, and it contained, I mean, it was like one of the most fun fishing challenges I did of like the on the water reviews. Like I'll put it right there. Like it was the most fun box I fished that year. And
Backslash, the turtle is one of the worst too. That single hook in the back.
The turtle single-handedly like got me in trouble with a box company, you guys, because I was like, what the f-? And the company was like, shut up. You take your baits and
get either that or a 2-ounce pink jerk bait.
Or a 2-ounce sinking pink jerk bait.
Dang it.
All right. 2 quick super chats here. Jared Fix is in the house. What's up, buddy? He says, bro? Sup, Chaz, Jeff, Paul, Devin. What's up, dude?
Just so you guys know, if you need someone to take a photograph of you, and if you want to look
Jared
like
Fix
$2 billion with a face, Jared Fix is the one to do it for you.
100%. Rocket Blades with another super chat for $5. Thank you so much, my friend. Strangest thing you have ever caught / worst lure you ever caught a fish on? Oh wait, this is a multiple question. All right, so let's start with this. Strangest thing you have ever caught. You guys ready for this? I'll give you mine. Ready? You're not going to guess. It was a person's sundress in a river. Like a straight up, and it was a 3XL. And I was like, what's up? And it was like not like a clothing sundress. It was like a one you put over a bikini, like with all the holes in there or whatever. Perforated, right? So I caught a full on 3XL sundress in a river in 2 inches of water. Ready? What do you guys got?
There's a local spot where I have actually twice hooked an umbrella, like a popped out umbrella.
Yeah.
And I can't get it completely get it up all the way.
Yeah.
Personal problem, I know. But yeah, I couldn't. It's an umbrella.
What about the beard glue that I'm using?
Something
for my
about a
beard?
fake beard and
glue,
personal
umbrella.
problems. I don't know.
That's a good one. I actually don't know if I don't really. Oh, God.
You caught a what?
Says water moccasin.
Oh, water moccasin? Yeah, that's the worst. Debo, you caught a snake the other day, right?
Dude, I love
like
snakes.
A garter snake or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snakes are awesome.
I don't know if I
water moccasins.
I don't know if I want to catch that.
Paul,
I don't really know if I have anything. I've definitely caught like articles of clothing. I don't.
It's funny that we can say we've caught I've caught shoes. I've caught shirts.
No, I've definitely
pants,
caught shoes and stuff.
Haven't caught the body yet that goes inside of them, just the clothes.
Yeah, I don't really know if I've had. I mean, I've caught Jeff a few times. I think other than that,
I caught Paul once.
No, legit caught me in the back. It was.
I know you and Rand Dizzle have hooked each other
shoulder.
too.
No, Dizzle's caught me twice.
Dizzle caught
I've
you.
Never caught him. Yeah.
So Paul's got more than me, first of all, but he has straight up hucked baits at me like super hard, full wrapped all of my rods. Yeah. It was insane, and I have hooked Paul once. And it was straight through the
through
back,
the shoulder,
lower trapezius area. Hooked this guy up because he dropped a full combo in the water, and like genius me, 2 beers in. This
very
is back
quick,
when
like
yeah. I was like, I got it, deep diving crankbait, and I just hucked it right into it. I did good, and I was like, I'm stuck in the water. That's weird.
What else was on there? The next one was worst lure you ever caught a fish on.
Okay, so worst lure I've ever caught a fish on. Okay, I called 2 lures out last year that I was like, these are terrible and they're not going to catch fish, and then I caught tanks. Both of them tanks. I PB'd my pike, I PB'd my bass on 2 lures that I said were absolute garbage. One was 2. You're gonna hear it. Yeah, well, you know that one, but the other one was a castaic crankbait.
Oh,
It was a castaic crankbait from an MTB, and I was like, "This is garbage." And I threw it. And funny thing is, it was a 10-foot diver. I caught this 5-pounder on that camping lake that we used to go to.
Yeah.
In 2 feet of water. In 2 feet of water, just dragging it, just grinding it through. Caught a 5-pounder. It was my first 5-pounder ever. Amazing. And then the other one was the Yozuri. It's the crystal minnow, I think, right? Like, you like them. I actually still have it. I fixed the treble. I still fish it. I still fish it. But it was the perch crystal minnow, where like the design is on the inside of the body, right? So it doesn't get scratched, torn, whatever, right? And the outside is translucent. So those are my 2 right there. What do you think?
I think I actually.
What did you say, Charles? Danny the Duck crankbait? You side hooked a smallmouth with a Danny the Duck? That's sick. The swim bento you think is garbage?
Yeah, I hate these. I don't like them at all.
Why do you hate those?
They're too long. They're not.
They're like not, super finessey, realistic, but they're too big because they're
not
like
realistic at all. You're telling me this
kind
is
of
realistic.
A clear. Well, I mean, I had the perch ones. The perch ones I thought looked good.
They have like a piece of the shine on the inside. Okay, hold on. The shine on the inside of this is like an actual piece of fabric. Yeah. This is
right.
This is a Mylar, and something like that. And I actually caught a decent fish on it. But that's my answer. That's the swim bento.
Okay, not a hunt swim bento. Okay. All right, Debo.
Okay, so we're going old school with this one. So this was the Man's Vampire spinnerbait. Hopefully I can get it to. So back in the day, Man's was 100% one of the brands that I went with. So instead of having your spinnerbait blades like Willow, Colorado, this was at the front of it. This was the vampire lure. So it looks like 2 vampire teeth, right? Yeah, I'm a vampire. Okay, so this was at the front. Yeah, so this was at the front spinning. I had a number of these, and it was actually when I first started YouTube. I had my last vampire spinnerbait that I lost by Man's. Hank Parker, back in the day, they were huge, right? So I had one of these, and this is actually from, this is old school. This is an old school culprit bag. What they call this thing? It was, I remember I caught a fish on this, and I'm like, Dad, what if I try this? Will it work? And he's like, maybe. And I catch one on it, and he's like, I don't even know, like if this is real life. because he was throwing a tequila sunrise worm. This is tequila sunrise. I don't even know what they call these. Culprit. I don't even know. But they're like, it's like a worm
gosh, dang. What in the...
with a rib down the whole side.
Whoa.
So I was throwing this vampire spinnerbait, and this is actually just like, I had some that broke. I don't even have the real one, but it was a vampire spinnerbait. So I used to throw like, you hear people talk about like the ribbon tail worm spinnerbaits, you know?
Yeah.
So throwing a spinnerbait with a ribbon tail worm on it. I was throwing a spinnerbait, a white and chartreuse with this tequila sunrise ribbon tail, and I caught a fish on it. And Dad's like, I don't even know what's real life. He's like,
life construct.
Fishing is a construct.
Yeah, he's flipping and pitching like a tequila sunrise, ribbon tail worm and catching fish. And he's like,
I feel like you just answered the next
what
question
the hell you're doing
with that one.
Yeah.
Which is worst lure color you've ever used.
No, definitely not tequila sunrise.
No, he likes tequila sunrise.
Combo
yeah,
this is chartreuse and tequila sunrise?
No, I don't think so. There was actually a bright orange, and I actually might have it. A bright orange and like coppery floating Rapala minnow that I tied on. It was kind of the same deal. I'm like, Dad, do you think I catch fish on this? He's like, yeah, sure, maybe. And then I catch a few on it, and he's like, what the hell? Like, is this real life? Hold on. I actually might have that exact lure. Hold on.
Jeff, what was that orange giant? Was it the not the yappa, the yabby? Yammy?
The mad yabby? The craw?
Mad yabby. That orange.
The craw?
My least favorite colors I think I've ever gotten.
That orange? Okay. I didn't mind. I actually caught fish on that. Like, I didn't mind it.
It's still my least favorite color.
So, gosh, this is actually a tough one. I don't...
We talked about orange as like a color I never grab.
Orange is a color I never grab. Agreed. So I'd say orange. Base level answer here, orange. But I would also say that color is a tough one because honestly, I'm willing to fish like any color. You guys already know what the best color in the world is, and that's chartreuse. But I will say that I've fished probably every color on the sun. If I had like to throw an answer out there, I was almost going to say sweet potato, but I've caught like some gosh dang sweet fish on sweet potato worms. It is just a funky color though that I would never buy ever on my own. Could you guys tell me? Mad Debbie orange, I would agree with orange, but I also say, like, if you guys go down a plastics aisle and you see orange or you see sweet potato, are you like, hell yeah?
Unless you're a salmon fisherman and you're looking for roe.
I don't think I'm ever grabbing those. But I did, before Debo answers real quick, I want to explain something real quick, because on the second video from the smallmouth fishing trip to the St. Lawrence, we were like, oh, look at this culprit fire and ice. This is so cool. And we were like, Paul and I freaked out about it. And everybody's like, fire and they sell those at the Walmart at my store. Just so you guys know, this was kind of an inside joke. We understand this is a basic color and a basic bag. But when we were in college playing rugby, we went to a little camping trip that we used to go on every year called Extravaganza.
The Extravaganza, all caps.
It's all caps, 4 exclamation points, maybe 5. And like you're in the woods, deep woods in Michigan, and yes, Chaz.
Okay.
He's wrong, but that's fine. At any rate, I feel like I've proven this time and time again. But at any rate, so we're in the woods and we needed sunglasses on this canoe trip that we go on every year. So Paul and I went to the gas station, we bought sunglasses, and all they had was basically white and red. So I was like, I'll get white, you get red. So we got white and red. So I had the white pair, you had the red pair, and we were fire and ice, and we just like created a persona. And then we also flipped everybody's canoes. So it was a blast. We had a great time. Also, we lost those sunglasses almost immediately upon jumping off of a bridge to a 30-foot drop to the water. But that's where that came from. We get it. Culprit, basic worms. Cool color. Super cool color. But there you go. That's why we thought that's why we were so excited in the video, just to explain that. All right, so Debo, worst lure color to you?
I'm kind of with you guys. Like, I don't catch a ton on orange, and there was only one single day where I outfished my old man on, and you can't really see it, but this is like
floating Rapala.
Gold, floating Rapala, little guy. Yeah. I outfished my old man on it. Little one with like orange and gold on the bottom. And that was the only day I ever caught fish on this. And number 2, I actually had a couple of these, which was a lipless crank fire tiger. The front of it was hard, and the back of it is all soft plastic.
What in the hell?
I want that so bad.
One day, dude. One day I caught destroyed fish on this, and I had a few of these, and I've only got one left with the actual like tails.
Is that like the Bill Lew's?
It's not a. I don't think it was from Bill. I honestly don't even know. But like, you take the soft plastic part out, and you can replace like if they ripped. I honestly, it doesn't say.
If you were like someone who liked to make baits, my recommendation was you need to make a custom mold out of that. You need to like use that plastic. You plaster it. Plaster the one side, then double it up. It's the only way you're ever going to get those tails back.
Anyway, yeah, there you go.
So, all right. So, just to address fish in the Southeast, you know way better than to say such silly
he's stirring
things
the
on
pot.
this podcast.
He's stirring the pot. It doesn't count as a comment. That's not what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, guys named Paul are the worst. Like, just
that's true. No, that's true. No, I there's data to prove that guys named Paul are the worst.
I have at least one data point.
You guys. No, well, don't go that far. Oh my gosh, Chaz, how dare you? All right. I think we're getting to the point of the show where we need to be doing a giveaway. What do you guys think? I think it's time for Slow Rolling Thunder. Keep in mind now, Debo has put a chandelier on the gosh dang line, right? Yeah. There's a chandelier. There's a jerk bait, a jig with the missile baits, the little mini D-bombs, and the cross eyes chatterbait. That's 3 baits.
This is literally everything from my recent video that I'm like, these will catch fish. I believe in them.
Guaranteed.
I can't even hook this up like a chandelier before, but anyway, there you go.
I'll also say two people from our last live are gonna win like this box of plastics or of hard baits, and then I get a whole other box right there that need to go out in the mail tomorrow.
And we're gonna be doing more giveaways. I've actually got 2 full-size hefty bins over here that are full. But yeah, there's that jerkbait. That is a sexy looking jerkbait, dude. That thing is sweet.
People are already starting to chat. Can we explain the rules?
No, they know what's going on. Here's the deal, you guys. What's on the line? Those baits, Debo will ship to me. I'll ship them to you. So there's going to take a minute, but you'll get them. And then we're going to do a $25 MonsterBass.com giveaway gift card. So you can use that gift card for anything except a subscription. However, like I said, this box comes out soon. It's $29.99. Maybe you could get it for $4.99. Just saying. Or if you don't want to buy that, you can buy some Burly hats and Burly shirts. Shirts are going to be restocked in the store, by the way, you guys. I've been working with Rafi on that. We got a deal now going. They're going to get restocked. I got you. Don't worry about it. They're coming back. But at the end of our Slow Rolling Thunder line round, last question, we're going to run the giveaway. Chaz is going to say, you're the winner. You got to put your email into chat. Nobody else will see it. If YouTube decides that that doesn't work, then you can just IG message me or you can send an email. Okay, if your email is associated with your YouTube account, it ain't gonna work, but that's fine. We'll figure out another way to take care of you. We'll announce it then.
And if you would like chatting, and if you'd like to enter, all you have to do is start chatting.
And that's what I just said. So let's ask questions now. Slow Rolling Thunder.
Slow Rolling Thunder. This one, I love this question. Would you drive an all-electric vehicle today, assuming that the price was, we'll call it equivalent or within your means? Would you go today to an all-electric vehicle?
Yeah.
That question, yeah. I
would also say yes. Not everybody would, because the technology's good but not phenomenal, and it's not equivalent. So that's why I asked the question.
It's like getting the first 3 iPhones. I'm like, this is gonna be trash, but worth it.
Yeah, and there's gonna be like a button. I would like to get an electric truck. I really would. Like, I would really like to do it. I can't afford one at this point, but I would really like to do it. And the second that I feel like it's within my means, even as a road trip warrior, I'm gonna make the switch.
Yep, I'm in. I do see some controversies. Some yes, some no. No, not yet. No. Yeah.
See, Andy, I get it too, but to me, I actually don't. I understand the person who's like, I love gas trucks, but to me, they're faster, they're more powerful, and they're better for the planet. So I'm like, why would you not? Like, what's the no there?
So yeah, it's kind of like have you dipped into this YouTube stuff yet or not. Like, I feel like there's stuff that's better that we don't know about that's out there. You look at Elon Musk, and anything that he puts out, I like gravitate toward listening to, because that dude is light years ahead of me as far as intelligence. And
sure.
Like, I feel like, I forget what it was. There was a study of the place that was doing biodiesel on sugarcane.
Yeah.
Was it a GM plant or something?
There's a whole bunch of people trying to still doing that right now. Yeah. The only reason they're not is because soybean oil is just easier.
Yeah.
And there's I'm gonna get into it, but yeah, part of my day job.
However, one thing I will not go back to is a truck or an HHR. I drove an HHR for 13 years.
Your opinion. I don't know if I can.
13 years going to I'm sorry, Chaz, that happened.
Oh no.
I drive an F-150 now, and I will not ever go back. I won't ever go back.
You won't get a truck though. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
A truck, any truck or below, I won't go. Yeah.
I don't think I can get away from a truck anymore. I'm too.
I can't either.
I've crossed over and I've seen the light. Last movie that made you cry.
I cry at everything now. I have 2 girls, and like, I cried it Up, balled it up.
Yes. The worst movie ever, in my opinion.
Yeah, even the last Logan, like where Logan.
Oh wow! You know what that was? That was emotional. That was.
Logan Wolverine dies at the end. I bawled because it's like his daughter / protege.
Spoiler alert! Oh man, that movie came out in 2017.
Well, whatever. I cry all the time now. I cry all the time. I even teared up at the end of Squid Game. I watched Squid Game.
Oh, you did?
Teared up at the end of that. Yeah, I got into it real late.
I haven't had time. Yeah, I haven't had time. I would like to. I cried in Air Bud, and I'll never forget it. And I was very young. And
this is the last time Paul cried ever, you guys, was Air Bud. 1998 was the year. It was September. Air Bud scored the winning basket. I teared up. Never cried since.
Can I explain?
No.
I know that
we all know the story.
I know you can't remember this point, but at one point there's at one point he's trying to get rid of the dog. And then this is the part that people forget about the movie. He's like, he needs the dog to go away. So he gets on a ferry. He takes the ferry to an island. He goes on the island and he has a basketball, and it's just the basketball and the dog. And then the dog runs off the ferry because he throws the basketball. It's like, go get the ball, right? Because that's what they do. And then the dog turns around after like tackling the ball, and the kid is just on the ferry waving that. And like the kid's crying, and the dog is clearly now abandoned. And yeah, I lost it. No shame at all. Every time I see that movie, I will cry.
I have no shame. I just think it's hilarious because that's the last time you've ever had a tear come out of your eyeballs.
During a movie, I definitely get choked up in movies all the time, but that's the last time I was legitimately sobbing.
I would say that I am a very empathetic individual. I can like sense those emotions, and therefore
Greg Whitaker wants us to draw so bad.
Greg, calm down. We're talking about crying. We're talking about man stuff right now. Get out of town.
Right.
No, yeah, for sure. Like I tear up in most movies, we'll be honest. But most recently, since you're saying last Hallmark Channel does not make me cry. I laugh. I love the Hallmark Channel because I laugh so hard. They're the funniest, worst movies ever. They're all the same. They're all exactly the same, and that's why we watch it. Yeah, it's the entire catalog.
My lady watches those, and they're the worst ever.
They're so funny, dude. They're hilarious.
Not even.
What, Jeff, give your answer. We gotta go. The people.
I'm just trying to give my answer here.
People are getting restless.
All right, my answer is all movies, but most recent was my wife and I. We watch Harry Potter every November, so we just got done with the 5th movie, Order of the Phoenix. So Sirius Black dies. That is a tearful moment for me. But also, like, all the good deaths. Cedric Diggory, when Dobby dies. Oh, my gosh. Terrible.
This is good. Next one. Best multiplayer game of all time, any console.
007 and 64.
Yes.
Hands down.
Twin Golden Guns in the basement?
No. Rockets in the stack.
Wait, say it again?
Rockets in the stack. Or pistols in...
Grenade launchers Aztec.
Golden guns
That's a fun
only kill everyone. Also, second answer: remote mines in the facility. You do remote mines on the toilet stalls, and then somebody hides in the
That was a
stall.
good one.
You
What
blow
about what's number 2 then? Because I agree with what you're saying. What about what's number 2?
Number 2 multiplayer game for
yeah.
N64.
Sorry, did you say something? Oh no,
What?
Charles, you're wrong. That's too competitive. It can't be fun.
Oh,
You
it's
said,
just
like Mortal Kombat.
of all
probably
time.
was
Okay.
second. Yeah, Mortal Kombat was like Mortal Kombat 2. Was that like Reptile and Baraka?
The new one that came, the new ones that came out are unbelievably fun. There's some the ones that came out for PlayStation. They're fantastic.
I see Mario Kart a lot, and that is
Mario
the correct
Kart was
answer.
That's where I was gonna call out to.
No,
So many
Mario
hours
Kart was
wasted.
weak.
Whoa! What about Mario Party? Because Mario Party,
Smash
Mario Party
Brothers?
was how
Smash
you get
Brothers was probably number
divorces.
2.
that's what I'm saying.
Mario Party, basically it's the
Super
Squid Game
Brother.
of the past, because you would end relationships with Mario Party. Like nobody
Smash
was coming
Brothers.
out of their friends. Super Smash
Smash
Brothers
Brothers.
was also great.
So
I think the controls for Super Smash Brothers were always super heckin' weird. Like compared to anything else, even Mortal Kombat. Yeah,
that's your
on
problem.
the Switch,
You got it for Switch, yeah.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I got it and gave it away because like the controls were so freaking weird. Like it didn't match to anything. I was like, I cannot.
Cowards. You guys are cowards.
Cowards.
Favorite off-brand soda.
Shasta,
Fago.
hands down.
Which specific flavor?
Cream soda, Shasta cream soda or black
I was gonna say
cherry.
cream soda. Fago
All
cream soda.
Cream
sodas.
cherry or cream soda or black cherry.
All cream sodas off-brand are way better than branded cream sodas. and
You've
I will
never
die
had
on that
cream
hill.
soda, Chaz?
Charles, you're fired. This is it. That was the last straw.
You've also
Devo,
never
we're
had
looking
peanut
for a
butter because you're up
producer.
in freaking Canada.
That was the last straw.
What's peanut
Wow.
butter, eh?
Bro-
What's a Pop-Tart?
All right, we're gonna roll it now so that we give the time person to respond.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go with the last question. This is the new thing that we're doing, and I like it. Charles, can you please roll us and tell us who is going to win?
Roger Merritt.
Roger Merritt, you are the winner. What we need
Roger.
you to do is say something like, "Hey, me," and then
Hello,
after that,
I'm
we need
real.
you to type your email into chat, and no one else will see it. And then
Greg
we'll hook
Whitaker's
you up.
mad.
So,
Don't
Greg
worry,
sorry,
Whitaker,
Greg.
because
We're
you're a
gonna take care of
huge
you soon.
supporter on my channel and you've been mad at tonight, which I agree because there's been a bunch of debauchery. Hit me up on my Instagram. You're a good dude. Yeah, especially from these guys and me. I'll hook you up
Classic.
separately. Greg, you're a
Classic.
good dude. Greg,
So,
you're good.
Look at you,
you
Greg.
know
We
me.
got you, bro.
Gregory
I got
Whitaker,
you, bro.
reach out to Debo on Instagram and he will get you taken care of. That is amazing. No, you're not kidding, and neither is Debo. Reach out.
I'm not kidding.
Thank
Hit
you.
me up, Greg. Hit me up,
Thank
Greg.
you.
Just
Thank you,
do
Debo.
the deed.
So
But
while
Roger
we're waiting
Merritt.
Roger Merritt, where you at, bro? You got a limited time. If you don't answer by the time we're done answering this question, we will
Ooh,
re-roll.
that's a good timer.
Yep. All right. So we're waiting on you, Roger Merritt. So while we're waiting,
Richard,
this is why we need to do it this way. Housekeeping, you want me to?
Housekeeping.
All right.
You want me for
So-
a pillow?
Last one. What food should movie theaters stock if they do not right now?
Ooh. I'm going to give an alternative answer and I'm going to jump ahead. All movie theaters should have a bar.
Should have a bar.
They should have a bar. Also, Roger Merritt, you said, hey, me, now type in your email. Good job for step 1. Step 2 is now.
Westfall Outdoors says ice cream. And that was my knee-jerk reaction, but I was wrong. That's not what it should be.
Well, hang on. So let me give you my perspective. So there was this Celebration Cinemas that was in Grand Rapids area, right?
Huh?
And they had a full bar.
Yeah,
that
that's a thing
served-
everywhere.
It's not a
Not,
thing.
not
Ours has
every
that too,
theater,
yeah.
but like you can find those in a lot of places.
You
I
can
used to
find them
go-
around, but we are
Yeah.
saying every movie theater
Yeah,
should
but
have
that's
this,
our.
correct?
I think it's an option for them to add. I'm saying
so
what's
let
not
me
in
give
any
my
theater.
second answer, bro.
What's not in
Second
the theater
answer.
today?
It had a Cold Stone Creamery attached to it too.
The,
So it
the
was
ice
like-
cream.
They had movie
Yeah.
theater themed drinks, like movies. So they had like a Thanos drink, like when Infinity War and
that's
Endgame came out. Yeah,
awesome.
it was legit. It was a legit drink. So they would do movie themed drinks, and then you could just walk to Cold Stone in the building, get your Cold Stone, do that, get your popcorn. So like that was my
I like it.
dream theater. Almost as good as the band Dream Theater, but it was like fantastic.
I get that. I mean, I do get that. I really do.
That's impossible.
But somebody said hummus.
Cheap.
Someone said hummus, and I don't know if I can. Wings was my
way out of this.
Wings was my next answer.
Wings
after ice cream, but it's so messy. That would be an issue, and I would need so many that I would for sure have to bring my own wings.
110. Dude, problem solved.
But it's not the same. It's not the same.
They're the same. Like I love boneless wings. I'll die on that hill. If boneless wings are rolled,
you are dead on that
hill.
You
will be deceased.
If they're rolled in enough sauce, I think it's a macho thing.
If they can use 57% less breading,
and like
I like boneless. I like boneless, but I agree it's the breading that's the problem for me.
Yeah, I agree. But like, if you want to just kind of be discreet and eat wings, like
you're 100%
it's hard to beat
right.
boneless wings.
You're 100% right. You're actually 200% right. I totally agree with you. But the other thing that I will give bone-in wings is that boneless are usually dry compared to bone-in wings, and I agree. That's the for me that's the deal breaker.
Bone-in is just meat with like a tiny bit of skin, whereas boneless is like all this breading and crap.
Yeah,
a little bit of meat. Yeah, I completely agree, but
that's what you get. Like I feel most of the time when you look into the boneless, that's like there's a ton of meat in this. Like I went to and Paul's been here before in Jackson.
Over East Lansing.
Yeah, well, yeah. So East Lansing, that one is great, but then there's like that Jackson, that sushi restaurant actually has like fantastic chicken.
So good.
So there's like that.
Why anyways, moving on.
No.
So, my God.
Are you in chuckle?
You know what?
I can't like Fago. I'm from the Midwest, bro.
How do magnets work?
How do those work? That is. Okay, I know exactly the reference. It's the worst song ever made.
I showed my wife that song the other day.
That is honestly, that should be our intro song.
So funny enough, we used to listen to ICP back in the day, like in high school.
ICP used to come to Detroit and cause huge fights. It was
it was crazy.
There's a difference though between having listened to it at one point in your life and being a juggalo.
And painting yourself like a clown. Yeah, that's an issue.
At any rate,
I still haven't seen the email.
Did we get Roger Merritt?
The email?
Did we get Roger Merritt?
All right, Roger Merritt, you have, by my clock, you have 30 seconds. No, this is it. I would love to give this away to you.
He's here. He's posted that he's here. We just need his email.
So upset. 30 seconds. You have now you have 20 seconds. This is it.
Oh my God.
This is it. I mean,
I love Roger. I believe in you. I
believe in you very much.
And
I'm going to give my answer.
Letting you do it, you can message us.
You know what that I feel like movie theaters need to carry that actually like just isn't out there anymore, that is like to me the epitome of a snack, and this just needs to come back in general, is the crispy M&Ms. You remember those?
I was gonna say peanut M&Ms.
Yeah.
The best.
I would go either way. I could go either way.
In high school, when you were trying to hide a snack, peanut M&Ms in your pocket.
25 out of 10.
Yeah, teachers couldn't touch it, and like you'd.
Yeah. Dude,
and that is like
was legit.
And it's universally accepted that it's the best M&M, and they just won't make them. Like, what's the problem? What are we waiting for? You know?
Yep. What are we? World peace? All right, Roger Merritt. Try emailing us. We'll figure out a way to take care of you, dude. Like I know you're here, so I want to take care of you. So just podcast at burlyfishing.com.
He won't type in his email.
Oh no, my Roger. He's not here anymore.
We gotta close it out. It has been
hit us up. We'll take care of you. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so you're gonna be getting those Debo's Fishing lures. The 3 that he showed you, the jig, the mini missile D-bombs. Yep, there you go.
Allegedly.
The jerkbait, chatterbait.
Greg hit me up on Instagram already, so I got him taken care of.
Greg, you knew the assignment. What was the TikTok? You understood the assignment.
I understood the assignment.
Roger, you can do it. Message us. All right. That's all we got for you guys tonight. It has been a blast. We talked about some controversial topics. We had a lot of fun. We did some this or that's. We did some cool stuff. We hung out with Debo. Gosh dang it. What more can you ask for on a Thursday? This was a blast. We love you guys so much. And like we said, things are changing. we're not going anywhere. None of us that are on this podcast right now. We're having a blast still. We're going to enjoy this. We're going to make cool friends. We're going to post cool stuff. We're going to have awesome connections with y'all. You're fantastic, and we're going to keep doing that. We'll be back next week. We're going to find another guest, right, Paul? Right. We're going to dig them up. We'll scrounge them up. We'll find somebody. We don't know if
maybe it'll be Paul.
He's got him in the barrel this week. Hopefully you get something better next week.
I reached out to
Jeff next week.
I reached out to Jeff and I immediately was like, dude, it's been too long. And I had a name for the episode. Last time it was Return to the Debo. This one was going to be since it was your third time back, it was going to be Revenge of the Debo.
It should be the Debo Strikes Back.
Funny enough, dude, I was actually going to say, funny enough, Return of the Jedi was supposed to be Revenge of the Jedi. And I think I brought that up on last.
You did, absolutely.
But hey, anyway.
So much,
which is why we also changed our members only lives to be called what do we call it, nerding out, like nerding out with us, or nerding out. That's our members only live. So that'll be coming up again early December. If you guys want to join the membership, click the membership link below. We appreciate y'all listening, and be sure to drop a 5-star review and leave a comment or something. And apparently we're all doing this thing right now.
I had
as well.
to do it.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like invisible.
This is like doodaloo, 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 doodaloo. But leave us a review if you're listening to the audio version of this. If you guys are watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, do all the cool stuff. But mostly just keep being awesome. Roger Merritt, hit us up. We're going to stalk you and figure it out. We appreciate you guys for watching. Debo, thank you so much for being on. You guys know where to find Debo, right? You know?
They know.
You better know. They know. Debo's like, they know. They know. Clever girls. Oh man, you guys go follow Debo everywhere that there's social media. Support this guy. He's making awesome lures, by the way. Go check out Debo's Fishing Lures if you haven't followed or subscribed to his new Instagram channel. Go check out pics that he's posting about those. We've used them. We were joking before the show. He sent me a bunch. I just straight up gave them away. So he's gonna send us some that we're actually gonna fish with now.
I've got a separate box I'll send you guys that you can actually use.
Rest assured, there'll be some more content there. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next Thursday. Chaz, take us out.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game.